They say conflict's gonna arise. Somewhere in the dark, what we fear is awake. It knows the game and it knows how we play it, but we've forgotten those ways.
Yes.
All right, guys, we are doing a microphone check. How does it sound out there?
Testing
Hello.
sound.
Hello.
Testing sound.
Testing, testing.
Is there any sound?
This is
out?
Cor5air. Can you hear me?
It's the Corsair, the one and only?
Yeah, the one.
Ooh.
You didn't have to spell it with a 5 then,
Sound
right?
testing.
Yeah, I
Sound
had to.
testing.
Yeah, there's
So
some.
you're not-
I think it's a
You're not
peripheral
the
company.
Cor5air.
Well, there's that make that difficult for me. So yeah.
That's-
Aluminium. Poor guy. Traveling salesman. He did not know he was getting what he was logging into. I shouldn't have answered the door. People can hear? Can they hear us? Awesome. I love it. Okay, let's hide that. Hello and welcome to the Yacht Club, the weekly Bar Citizen, Star Citizen, where we hang out with great guests, out with everybody in chat about spaceships and those wonderful models that we love, talk about the coolest Star Citizen community projects. And tonight we have a really amazing guest with us. We have Cor5air. We're going to dig into what Atmo Esports is all about with him as a special guest. You remember Atmo Esports, you remember Daymar Rally? Well, Daymar Rally, all the shirts that we're wearing is what Atmo Esports started off as. So we're going to learn a little bit more about what they've developed because they're growing leaps and bounds with multiple events going on. So it's pretty exciting stuff. So we're going to learn all about Atmo Esports, including going through the regular show discussions today. We're going to dive in and do a real deep dive into what is Atmo Esports, who is the man, the myth, the legend, Cor5air, and then of course find out what his vision is, what their mission is, what are all the events are about, and really dive through. We're going to be trying to raise donations. If you look in the top left-hand corner, you can see that we're trying to go for an Atmo Esports sponsorship. Last year, we had one of our amazing community members donate in order to have us be on the shirts as a sponsor of the Daymar Rally. We want to try and do that again to represent. So if you are looking to donate and help out the Yacht Club, tonight's the night. We're starting with our goal of $125 in order to get a bronze sponsorship. That'll be a lot of fun. What else? It's a big show. This is also the first show that we are going to starting our push for Twitch partner, which means there's going to be a lot of Yacht Club shenanigans. Ooh. Yeah. A lot of Yacht Club shenanigans that are ongoing for at least the next 30 days. It's really our regular schedule, which we do all the time, but I'm going to be joining in on those. Hopefully we can get Doc to come in and join a lot more and kind of get some more interesting people to jump in and have a go, because it's a lot of fun. All right. Also, to celebrate all of these things that are going on, we have 3 sets of giveaways. We've got our quarterly Patreon giveaway, which we were supposed to give away last week, which we have ready for this week. We're going to give away a blade plus at least one more ship in that Patreon giveaway. We also have 3 SoundCloud keys for Miguel Johnson's latest album that's out, entitled Artemis. And then also lastly, Cor5air has been great enough to give us a Tumbril TR model made by JRDNF as a giveaway, care of Atmo Esports as we go through tonight's show and kind of get excited for everything that's going on Atmo. So
yeah, we'll show you a sneak peek on what that looks like as well in conjunction with our next event. So it's pretty exciting. We'll have a look at that later. Right on.
Okay, so while we're going through this and we're trying not to spill our drinks, what I'd love you guys to do is put your questions in chat. We'll try and answer them as we go throughout the show. Make sure you preface your question with the word question, make it nice and big so it's obvious. We can grab those. If we can't get to it in the middle of the show, we'll make sure we get to it at the end of the show. And so why don't we start off just by introducing Cor5air very quickly. Cor5air, not only does he share a name with one of the coolest ships in the verse, he's also the founder of Daymar Rally and now Atmo Esports, with even more upcoming major inverse events, including the Hearst.
Yeah, tons.
Hearst and
It
Hurt
was
Locker.
named after him.
Was it really?
I just really want to get sponsorship by a famous peripherals company. That's why my name is what it is. No, just kidding. I'm Cor5air. I'm back on the Yacht Club. It's good to be back. So we have a lot coming up. Atmo Esports is now a much larger organization, and we're expanding to 4 major events. So we did run the Daymar Rally, and now we have an Hearst and Hurt Locker coming up, and we'll talk about 2 more events later on in the show. But that's what I do, and organize big, large events in the Star Citizen community. So Daymar Rally this year, we ran 400 community members inside 8 servers, so it was a massive event. That's the kind of stuff that we do, but I'll talk about that a little bit later.
Right on. Sounds good. Just to talk about some of the events that you have upcoming, I know you're going to talk about some of them that are really special, but my understanding is that you also have done a Grey Cat special before?
Yeah, so we have, it's kind of a popular social event we do. It's not technically on our main event roster, but it has turned into something that is kind of its own little main event. So the Grey Cat social event, which we have now done 2 of, we've done three. We've done three. So we do that in July, and that's just grey cats. We have a secret location. We load up all these grey cats, take out all the contestants, races, grey cats, drop them in a special location, and run a little race, and we do all that on stream. And we have some cool little prizes for that as well. JRDNF kind of support all of our trophies, and there is a trophy for that too. And we also did run with Kane, which is a separate event, which was in conjunction with the Daedalus Initiative, and that also had a JRDNF trophy as well. I've got a little image on that somewhere too, which is kind of a cool trophy. Let me just drop it in here.
Sure.
For Nightster, and that just give you an idea of the kind of work we put into our tiny events, our smaller events as well. Like we do full coverage on that event.
Holy
we do
shit.
proper quality trophies on those as well. So we'll throw that up on
just missed a
stream.
donation of $125 by Shausen.
Shausen. Wow.
Stim, you weren't paying attention here.
Sorry,
Shausen,
trying to
buddy.
check a bunch of
Hey,
things.
Shausen, how you doing, man?
That is amazing,
Congrats,
man.
Shausen. Wow, man.
Crazy.
Thanks so
Well
much.
done, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Stim, did you cover what donations are going to
Hey,
today?
Christian, how you doing?
Yeah, so I covered
To
it very
be fair,
briefly.
I saw it, but my mic was muted. And I forgot.
Let me cover it very quickly. So how this is going to work is we now have our first level hit. Shausen, you're an absolute beast. We're now an
Amazing.
official sponsor of the Atmo Esports, one of the events. We're going to talk about all the events, and then what we'll do is we'll start deciding what we want to do with that. So right now, that's bronze level sponsorship for Daymar Rally. Is that right? Is that where we've hit?
That's correct.
So far,
yeah,
okay.
that hits bronze for Daymar Rally. But I think, like you said, we should discuss it later because we have multiple events that we could support. But that would get you to the first level of any of those events. Yeah, that's correct.
What's the second level for silver?
Silver, we would be aiming for 295 to hit the next tier.
Okay. Why don't we reset that meters to 295 T? And
too early, Shausen. Too early, mate.
Shausen got in there right away.
Reconfigure the admin.
Awesome.
Yeah, well done, mate. That's crazy.
Yeah,
cool.
and you know what?
Shausen's a great supporter of Atmo and what we do. I know I've sent him a few shirts. He's got a Run with Kane shirt. He supported that event too. If you do get a chance, flash up that trophy too, because we just
perfect.
that's something that Shausen directly supports is making those trophies for us. Yeah,
Great member of our community.
he sure is. Sure is. Always see his pictures on Twitter, wearing his shirts and stuff. He's great.
And thanks for the $10, Dalamars.
Yeah, thanks, Delmars.
Everything helps, man.
Yeah, so these trophies here, that basically, it's the lost foot of Kane. If anyone is aware of Kane, he was shot down during the last Daymar Rally. The last running competitor survivor. Yeah, we found his foot. We cloned it. We made 3 trophies and sent them out to the competitors of the Run with Kane, which we did in April. So we yet to talk about the second one, but we have a tradition of people running in the race as well. We had someone do it beforehand from Sky Imperium. His Raider Alexis. He did a 2.5-hour run to still retain a place in the first Daymar Rally. So there's a tradition of people running to try and retain a position in the Daymar Rally. So that's to honor them.
Now I heard, and I didn't get a chance to see the end of it. So we had an amazing opportunity to participate in the Daymar Rally last year, and Shausen was the pilot on the 890 jump that I ended up being on. It was fantastic. We're doing that again this year, where we are taking all the VIPs out. But yeah, because I'm terrible at flying. So I was actually flying to begin with and doing fine at the time. But then I felt it was a better risk to have somebody else take over. And Shausen stepped up like he always does. He's a great guy.
He's a pro 890 pilot, definitely.
So I think we have to tell the whole story. So, my understanding, and you would tell this way better, Cor5air, but it was the last 14 or 21 kilometers remaining in the race, and that's when Kane took to being on foot.
Actually, Kane was still trying to make it to the first checkpoint. I believe he was in the last division that was still being broadcasted live. It was the last Rover division. He was the last person left in the entire race, but he was still actually trying to make it to the first checkpoint. So yeah, good on him for just keeping up the spirit, even though he was, technically it wasn't he hadn't really got that far through the race, but he still wanted to just go see how far he could go. So he just kept running. So that's why we love him so much.
Yeah.
But he was the last person racing, so everyone, all the cameras were on him at the time. So that's that helped the whole
Amazing
ordeal.
guy.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
he's cool. He's very cool.
and then he very quickly became the fan favorite, the local
Yep.
hero, so to speak. And then he was mowed down by a stream sniper, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, security do what they can. Running 400 contestants across 8 servers, it's a very very difficult thing to do, but we did pretty well considering. But at the end of the day, yeah, he did get famous. He actually messaged me not long after, and we had a bit of a conversation. He actually said that the event had changed his life, which is crazy for me to hear those kinds of things, that kind of feedback from an event. He literally said that to me, and we ended up doing a photo shoot with him and Raider, and we did some promo material for them after that as well. And
oh, cool.
yeah, so
Became
huge thing
famous.
for him and us. He did. It's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, well, why don't we go around the team real quick and just say how your week has been, what you've been up to, Cor5air, since you're the man of the hour. Why don't you tell us who you're drinking and what you're wearing?
Yeah, I know that I spoke to you earlier, and I was gonna get a beer, but I ended up having to drive 2.5 hours to drop my daughter off somewhere to make all this happen. So I have to drive straight after this. So I'm actually drinking water.
Okay. No problem.
But just so you know, I love beer. I do love beer, and I probably would have had a beer. It's a different time for me as well. It's lunchtime. But I figured since I'm driving after this show that I'll just stick to the water for now.
You wouldn't be a proper Aussie if you didn't like beer.
I know, right? But yeah, at the moment, I'll tell you my favorite. So we got this beer from Melbourne called Colonial. It's a pale ale. It's very distinctive. It has like a full cap open, so the whole top of the beer can completely opens. And it is my favorite pale ale at the moment. So if you're an Australian watching, go check out Colonial. They're very tasty pale ale. Probably one of my favorites at the moment.
Never heard of a whole top of a can coming off.
It's awesome. Just completely, you just drink as much as you want. It's great for Australians.
Just open the gullet and down it goes.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool.
Nothing holding you back.
No. So that's what I would be drinking.
So also, we didn't get to thank all the early resubscribers before we went live. Pramster, LT Porter, Caradef, Siphonius, Firemaster, and Crunch. Thanks for being long-term subscribers for the Yacht Club. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Sanji Sama's in chat. Ibra's in chat. Sanji Sama's an amazing racer. Keep an eye out for him. He's a weapon. An absolute weapon. Cool. And Ibra's doing a lot of amazing photography at the moment too. He's in chat. Yeah, he's phenomenal photographer.
He's a good member.
Thanks for the sub 64-bit.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
We have one of Mr. Ibra's images that we're going to showcase later tonight during the Citizen Spotlight. So
cool.
He's put some good stuff together lately. Yeah,
he's special.
We've got not to throw water on that fire, but we've got so many special people in the community.
Yeah, we're busy.
Is definitely one of those.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Joran, how's your week?
It's been a good week. We had lots of shenanigans. I don't remember what else happened. I'm having a new beer because everybody's out of my favorite shipyard pumpkin ale. I got 3 cases. I'm down to a case and a half left, and I can't find any more. So I'm going to start calling around to every beer store in South Florida tomorrow and see if I can stock up before it's completely gone. So I went to the beer store yesterday and got a few different beers. So this is an interesting one here that we have.
Thanks for the gifted sub,
Elysian Punkachino coffee pumpkin ale, and it's a bit bitter, but tasty.
Nice. So you're enjoying it.
Probably wouldn't get it again.
Yeah, you got to be honest about that, right?
That's the thing about being a beer connoisseur. You got to try a lot of beers, and just like with wines, and they're not all going to be good. And I'm very particular. I don't like bitter beers, and there's a lot of them out there. And thanks for the sub. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. And for those out there that are having a tasty beverage with us, let us know what you're having so we can share in that too. All right. Doc, your week, how's it been?
It was all right. Air conditioner fixed on Friday, so we'll see if that
Woohoo.
lasts for 3 weeks this time.
Good luck,
before
good
it
luck.
breaks again. Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually did something this time, so it might actually be fixed. I just followed the guy around and was like, okay, why don't we do this? And he's like, oh, okay. I'm like, I'm done with this. You guys do your job and this half-assed fix that only lasts 3 weeks. And then
Yeah.
you guys have to come back out here a week later. So I
Wow.
go like
Yeah.
a whole month with no air conditioner every 3 weeks.
Hopefully it's better than
But
last time.
yeah, the stream went good on Saturday. We had a feel for affiliate, so that's good. We just made affiliate.
It's you and Uno?
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Well done. Well
Nice.
done. Yeah, we'll have to
Yeah.
we'll have to get Uno on one of these days and kind of showcase what you guys are up to on that their channel.
That'll be great.
In the meanwhile, there's no major announcements for this week. It's a pretty, from a Star Citizen perspective, it's, yeah, we got the PTU. That's amazing. Okay, first of all, yeah, awesome. Amazing. We got the PTU. How's that going for everybody that's playing? Are you enjoying the PTU?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Been good.
Yeah. You've had a chance to dive in a little bit there, Corsair. What do you think?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of scouting, and we got the Stanton 7 event, racing league event coming up next year. So we're doing a lot of scouting on race locations. We've got 7 courses to populate, so we're doing a bit out there. Bad Token Race Club have kind of been doing a lot of the groundwork, and then I'm going out and having a quick look and trying to help where I can. Yeah, enjoying flying the Valkyrie at the moment because we're using that as our main transport vehicle for our events at the moment. It's just nimble. We've been because with the Hearst and Hurtlock, we have to do a lot of ferrying vehicles out from the closest outpost out to the crater because it's about a 50-kilometer range. So we've got a small transport team that do a ferry in between. So we're doing a bit of that kind of stuff as well. But there has been a update in this patch where the amount of spawnable vehicles you can retain in a server was reduced to 2, but it looks like Chad McKinney has responded and they're going to put it back up to 3. So if you've spawned 3 vehicles, it'll despawn them down to 2, I believe. So that is obviously a huge issue for us.
Yeah.
Trying to spawn and have vehicles prepared. So that was a bit of a scare, but Chad's kind of mentioned that they're going to bring that cap back up. So that was one change in the. Yeah, I was a bit worried about that. Yeah, you'd be in the same boat. So that scared us a little bit. But if we're going to talk about the Star Citizen show that was on last week about mountain making, I'll go in a bit more detail then when that's on about the terrain changes and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but no, also Molly mentioned about the CitizenCon and how it's not going ahead. Like no virtual versions of it are happening. She just wanted to make that clear. So that was announced yesterday or the day before.
Last week, I think actually.
So
was it last week? Was it?
So does that
sorry.
mean there's nothing
time
going
flies.
on, or it's just no?
What was on the 5th? Oh yeah, 3 days ago. Yeah.
Just no
there
panel.
are some surprise events. There
Okay.
is the Halloween contest. There's some kind of birthday thing, but
Birthday special. Yep.
yeah, but they're going to be like small surprise things. No virtual CitizenCon.
Nothing planned.
Yeah. But CitizenCon would be on in a couple of days normally. So that would have happened, but that would have been a pretty big week for everybody.
They're not, that they're not doing something, some kind of virtual thing. I'm putting put the panels on virtually,
Something.
live
Yeah.
streams and stuff. Give us the stuff that we look forward to every year. I mean, that's one of the biggest things is really getting these deep dives from a good cross section of the devs. The Tony Z talk is like the best one. If they don't give us a Tony Z talk before the end of this year, I'm gonna riot.
Just give us one. Just that. That would have been all we needed.
I'm gonna riot.
Yeah.
You think we can do some kind
all
of?
by myself.
Just watch last year's. There's minutiae and detail that you've missed.
I have watched that like
that's
6
true.
times.
I know, and you've still missed minutiae.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Yeah.
It is not enough.
I wonder if there's some way we could, just do a 5-hour live stream of just chanting Tony, and just kind of bring him out. See how that works?
Yeah.
See how many people
Hey,
we
I'll
get
be up
going.
for that. I'd sit there for 5 hours saying that.
Oh man,
That'd be great.
He's
talk
that
for
one
like
person.
An hour straight.
It's okay. We can record you and just set a loop.
Yeah. There you go. Do it smart.
Work hard, smarter, not harder. Okay,
That's
so
right.
so
You're saying watermelon.
so why don't we dive into the community stuff since we kind of started off with that trophy and go through that. So, all right.
Ooh, a hammerhead.
This one's
Oh, I
beautiful.
know who
eh?
this is.
Oh yeah. Can,
Mm-hmm.
can you take a guess?
Yule Keke.
Yes, very nicely done. So this is the hammerhead in game using Reshade by Yolkeke. Isn't that beautiful?
It's awesome.
The fact that y'all can actually pronounce that.
I've been pinging him repeatedly because I love his images and looking at an event next year and hoping to work with him on that event. So yeah, I'm deep into his images.
Looks
They're
like
so
You
good.
do some
Yeah.
cool poster
Yeah.
stuff.
I could see
Yeah,
Atmo
yeah.
written at the bottom of that very easily. Very
Yep.
nice. Okay, this next one here, this is a Haskaha one. Definitely say it's a scam one more time. I don't think that's the real title. I remember seeing the title and it's just tell me. That's really good.
Well, that's what he put on Reddit when he posted it to Reddit.
Oh, did he? Okay, nice.
Oh, okay, that's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny.
That's Derek Smart under that lid.
Yeah.
All right, this next one is Lighting on a Euterpe by a DPB Vulcan. Wow, that is pretty.
Yeah, I haven't really seen this person's screenshots before, but he had 2 up on Reddit that I saw that are just, and these are like 8K images. I mean, he's like really super high res images and
Yeah.
just really beautiful. I mean, turned out just gorgeous.
Yeah, I saw that one on Reddit.
Wow.
That's Euterpe.
Yes.
It's a
Look,
fun place to go.
Euterpe.
Looks great.
You say
Yes, and
Euterpe,
one
not
of the patch
Euterpe?
notes. Euterpe.
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 And
No,
one of
like
the patch
they
notes
officially said it was
fixed-
Euterpe.
I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
calling it Euterpe. Okay.
Looks like being wrong.
the Canadian pronunciation.
That's right.
Apparently, all 3 of the moons, and I think some of the other moons also were getting down to absolute 0 Kelvin, minus 275.
They were below that. There were some
Celsius.
minus 305.
Yeah.
The
Are they fixing
temperatures
that?
were just insane. Yeah, it's in the patch notes. They fixed that. At least they fixed it on those 3 moons: Clio, Euterpe, and Calliope. I don't know if they fixed it on the other ones because we were experiencing that. I think on where were we? Walla? Maybe on one of the other moons. I mean, it got super cold.
I swear, I'm gonna pronounce all
I
the
mean,
moons.
cool.
It's colder than absolute 0.
I'm gonna pronounce all the moons wrong because I would call it Calliope. I'm seriously not trolling as well. Okay, moving on.
Have
to
you
the next
never
one.
met anyone named Calliope? Because that pretty much
No,
fixes
is that
Calliope.
that's someone's name?
You call
Yeah,
out the
Stoic
thing.
says in the
Oh.
future
Yeah.
the definition of cold must be made lower to describe Stim's heart.
Yes, cold-hearted snake. You know, I've been reading a good book. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Blank, and
Oh, yep.
and I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard before the show. I tried to mute and I unmuted, and I had someone from our local telecom at the front door just before starting the show. And so I opened the door, and he's like, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you about your telecom." I'm like, "I'm starting a show. I can't do this right now." And he's like, "But," I'm like, "No buts. Goodbye." Click. And
Good for you.
I'm normally a very, very I'd be apologizing. "Oh, I'm sorry, I really can't." Blah blah blah. Anyway,
Very
Oh, I'm not at all. Like they usually do it on a Saturday or a Sunday. I'm like, I don't want to be sold things to on a Saturday or a Sunday. Can you
I have
please leave?
mastered the art of subtly not giving a fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
and not so subtly.
So-
I used to be a
Sometimes
lot
you have to not be
more-
subtle for people to catch on.
Yeah, well, when I
least you're
moved
honest.
to South Florida, that's when I really started to like put those walls up with people, with all these strangers, because it's horrific here. I mean, this
Right.
is just the worst pit of the planet. Well, maybe not for the planet, but of
Yeah, I mean, there is New
America. It's a
Zealand.
hellhole.
Oh,
Ow.
New
Ow.
Zealand is beautiful.
But,
I'll jump to their defense.
It's
Yeah,
stunning.
It's amazing.
People are really nice, but yeah, no,
Yeah, they're
South
wonderful.
Florida just has the most horrific people, and the homeless problem is just ridiculous. I mean, you're accosted at every step, everywhere you go. You're constantly accosted, and you just like
And that's how you really stay skinny, hey? It's just trying to defend yourself constantly. It's like after the first
Viable
checkpoint in
tactics.
the Daymar rally.
Oh man,
He's got to
you'd
keep
be very skinny by
got
then.
to keep moving.
Well, it's even longer now.
So this next image that we're looking at here, this is Exploring the Wilderness of Microtech, again by DBP Vulcan, or DPB Vulcan. That's beautiful.
He loves the snow aesthetic.
Well, just
So these are 8K.
That's what Jordan was saying. That's fantastic.
Cool.
And with the way that they're with the way the suits freeze, you can just get that feeling of cold on the suit. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, even looking at the we'll talk a little bit later about it today, but the different shaders, the different Planet Tech painting that they were doing, and just how it all kind of blends together, and that's really where we're going to get that immersion. So it allows wonderful pictures like this. I wonder if that's in the PTU. Okay, the next one is Lying in Wait by professional _ TKer. Let's get that one out. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, nice.
Very nice. And then the next one, PDCs Are Hot by GNSA Thene. And that looks like a
So
video.
this is actually from a javelin from the Invictus event. So apparently somebody was firing torpedoes, and the javelin point defense. Those were twin size 4 Revenant Gatlings on top of the large broadside turrets, and they were wiping out these torpedoes. It was very cool.
Okay, we've got some audio on this one as well. That looks like a video.
This is actually from a javelin from
the... Oh, sorry. I don't think there's any audio on it, actually.
So this is from the perspective of being on the javelin and looking at the torpedoes coming in. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's give that another shot.
Cool.
And are those are specifically point defense turrets?
I believe so.
Wow. That's super exciting. That makes me think of, the defense batteries on Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, that's very cool. It's very cool.
Wow. So
it's funny what you realize that they have already done sometimes, You have to remember some of the things
we don't really know about that. Yeah. Just kind of hanging in the back.
Cool.
That's cool.
No, most Navy ships don't use Seaways anymore. They use rockets. Just an FYI, which is much cooler looking than the Seaways shooting out 1 million rounds a second. To see a whole host of rockets get shot out at a missile, it's pretty cool.
Okay, so now before we dive into our own Discord stuff, we've got a couple of really neat community announcements from
The old ones.
Friends of the Yacht Club. So I'm going to show you what Astrojack is putting together. This is his armor that he's putting together for the online cosplay event that's being done. So this is what it's supposed to look like.
Okay.
Well, that's what it's supposed to look like. Don't get too excited yet. This is
I'm like, well, that is accurate.
Okay. That's a rendering. Okay, got it. Gotcha.
So you can see the armor sort of coming together here, and then those are the other pieces coming through. And he's such a perfectionist. He's telling me how he's really trying to hide the seams, and it's a lot of work to put it together. And I gotta say, from other cosplayers that I've seen, until you start painting it, it can look really rough. So this is just fantastic stuff that's coming together. Then that's I believe that's one of the shin. Yeah, that's one of the shin guards there. And
cool.
Then,
it's gonna look good.
That's some
Nice
of the other
detailing.
parts he's
That
got
looks
put together.
That looks very like 70s sci-fi right there.
Yeah, it does. Wow. Sorry. Just hear the music.
Yeah.
And it's got a little bit of that face shield pandemic thing going on there too.
Yeah.
I like it. It's really well stuff. Really good stuff.
I feel. You guys know Diabolus.
Yeah.
Yeah, how he did the heavy armor kit this year, kind of in preparation for CitizenCon. I really feel sorry for him because he put so much work into that, and it would have been, such a
I know.
like serious contender, and to miss out on CitizenCon this year after putting all that work in, I do really feel sorry for him. I really hope that later down the track he can present that somewhere and be honored for it, because it's a phenomenal piece of work.
One of the great things he does is he showcases all the helmets while he's on different shows, and he was on this last Saturday's the captain's table. So if you do want to go check and see some of his stuff, and also listen to a great podcast, go check out the Astropub and have a look there, because he showcases the helmets and he just does amazing work. And he's actually the guy I was talking to him. He says, look, everything looks terrible until you throw a coat of paint on it.
Yep.
So
man, and he's got the camera inside the helmet, so he can kind of see a little bit of where he's going, even though it's a strange angle. Yeah, but just gives him a little bit of guidance. But just putting in cameras so he can see through the helmet, it's just crazy. So,
yeah,
he's awesome. He's an Australian.
Right.
He talks really fast. Yep.
Nice. I have another knocker at the door. We'll see if they go away. All right. The next thing we've got showing up here. This one's really interesting. So this was brought to me by Firemaster. Now, if you have a look real quick, and sorry about the bright screen here. Let me see if I can invert that. If we go down and have a look, does anybody recognize that guy next to Bill Nye? Joran.
That's
that's Journeyman.
What's his name? Journeyman, yes.
Yeah. So Jordan and I have had the opportunity to volunteer with Journeyman, and I'm sure that Cor5air, you've had a chance to meet him. He was last year's winner for a contest where he got to meet Bill Nye and get a chance to do a special event with him.
Oh wow!
This year,
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, it was a while ago, so obviously we missed it. But this year upcoming is pretty exciting. What they've got going, and I'm just going to reinvert that, is you can win a chance to watch the rover landing and do a lunch with Bill Nye, and they're selling tickets for that, but that ends in about a week. So I'll put that link very quickly before I go and murder that person at the door. So I'll put that in, and then we'll move on quickly to the next thing so you can stare at a beautiful picture that is not that, and I'll be right back. One moment.
I know who this is as well.
Is that Haskahas?
No, but we did see an image by him earlier. If anyone wants to hazard a guess. And no, it's not Ibra Krush. Not Ibra. Should I just say? You guys know?
Yeah, you should probably just say.
It's Yul Keke again. The hammerhead photo earlier, but this is also him as well. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's got some amazing.
I don't remember ever seeing that helmet. That's a crazy looking helmet, like an alien.
It's cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's.
Yeah, that's the cowhead helmet. It's.
Oh, is it the cowhead?
Yeah, it's just the way the image is with the darkness, playing with the light there. You can't see the horns.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's pumping. He's really pumping out the images.
Yeah,
really.
Haskahas?
He's just.
That's what
is this Haskahas? No, it's not.
Let me
check.
check.
Keke, right? Oh, I could be wrong.
No, this is Haskahas. This is Haskahas. So
I apologize.
I saw
at
least
sorry.
4 this week, and we're going to show 3 of them because they're amazing. But there's so many more things to show, so I can't do it all. But
Whiskey Negos is the butcher.
Yeah, it's Haskahas.
Sorry, this is Death's Head.
Sorry, Haskahas. No better. Yeah.
Now here's another. By the way, that was Amazon at the front door. They had the wrong address. So, but she was very nice. So I let her go.
We'll check in with your door every half hour, Tim.
Hopefully they get more interesting. Last time it was Telus. Now Amazon. Next one might be something more fun. This is also Haskahas, and I don't have a title for this one, but that is pretty nice.
He is an amazing photographer.
Yeah.
There's
a good group of shooters out there.
Ring doorbell so you can see who's there.
Yeah. Doorbell cam. Give us doorbell cam. I want to see the entire interaction.
Also, that's getting a little personal, but I could make it happen.
The entire interaction.
Now, obviously, this is a double take, so we've seen this one already. That's also Haskahas.
Yeah.
Okay, now Captain Raoul has been putting out some amazing stuff lately as well. In
He's
celebration of
another
the
really
recent
good
ships.
photographer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think there's 4 or 5 that I think are just really up there. Captain Raoul, Haskaha. Go ahead.
Space Motto's got that show now, which is kind of a little bit about Star Citizen photography, and he's often highlighting new photographers and existing photographers as well.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's a cool little show. It just Ibra's pretty heavily involved in it. Yeah, he's a streamer. He's a shooter, video guy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he works for Imperial Geographic. He does he did the Daymar Rally Imperial Geographic documentary, which was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Clearly, but he's honoring a lot of Star Citizen photographers. He's got a regular show about that. If you want to check that out too.
Nice.
Definitely will. Okay, moving back to, so that was the first one from Captain Raoul. Here's the second one. Just beautiful. Just that. Now which one is that? That's the
325.
125.
That's a 125.
That's a
Or
one.
125.
Is it an R? Is it an R after that? 125R?
Nope.
No.
125A.
The 135.
Oh, it's the
It's hard to
A.
tell from the color.
That's 125A.
Yeah, I think you can tell by the very back part, the way it.
Yeah,
Although,
The color.
short wings.
yeah, the
Oh,
color.
you can tell it's a 100 by the back.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, but wasn't
And
there
the
supposed to
bubble
be?
canopy.
I thought there was almost
thought
like a
they were all
glass see-through
pretty
on the two
pretty
back
similar.
engines.
Yeah, there was something on the
No.
top, some vents, because I was watching Morphologists.
Yeah. That's where I'm getting
oh,
that
watch
from
that.
too, and I don't see it on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
If it's
this might be the 135.
That's a
600.
125. The
the-
135
the
doesn't have
lighting's hard
the
to see.
Origin O on it.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Oh, they all have
So-
the original on it, just different colors.
So, Jerome, you pretty happy with the 100 series?
I love it. I love the design. I think they were absolutely brilliant in how much they got into such a tiny little package.
Yeah.
Wasn't real happy with the handling when it first came out, but I mean that was just wave one. Last night's patch, much better handling. I mean,
Okay,
really,
cool.
really good.
It's a good looking ship. I
fuel
think it'll be
usage-
popular.
Yeah, I love the design and the fact that it's got a bed, that it's got the
Yeah.
interior storage, that
Yeah.
they have the component access already, and just has
But-
it's just a really well designed ship and very sleek. I'm a big Origin guy, but
The back cargo room doubles as the bathroom too.
Just we in a box.
you can put a Drake bucket back in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
But
consensus I'm hearing
the
is
fuel
that
usage was real high.
sorry, the consensus I'm hearing is that the Avenger Titan is still the way to go over the 135. See?
There's a
Well,
video out
It's
on that.
more ship and it's more expensive.
Yeah.
And it's not that much more,
But
but
it's
a
only
little
like
bit more. I really
$5
think
more?
they should have bumped a little bit more. Yeah, they really should have bumped it a little bit more. It's a much bigger ship. Does have more weapons. Does have more a little more cargo. Has a bigger interior, and it's a much bigger ship. It's a little bit more expensive. I think there should have been more of a spread between them. Like a $10 difference instead of a $5 difference.
Yeah, it's cool. I think it'll do well. Do very well.
Well, from the base 100, it's a $15 difference. I think, isn't it? Like $40 to $55.
I think one of them is even in the 60 range, maybe non
Yeah,
war
the one-
bond.
The 100, 125, and 135. I think they all jump up like $5 to $10.
Is this another Raoul image?
This
Yep.
is, yeah.
Yep.
Two nice highlights of the 100 series.
Yeah, he's good.
So I couldn't finish that beer; it was too bitter. So I switched to a decaf espresso and
Man.
So there are 45, 55, and 60.
and Warbond.
The 100. The 100. Yeah, no, that's their CCU value.
Oh, okay.
So since we have Miguel Johnson saying hello, hey Miguel, how you doing, man? I think
Hey,
it's
Miguel.
I think it's a good time to line up the first giveaway of the evening with Miguel Johnson. So why don't we do one of those? T Nightster, if you can get that lined up, and when it's ready, let us know, and we'll give away one of Miguel Johnson's keys off of SoundCloud for his latest album called Artemis. It's really good. Okay. After that, I just wanted to sort of raise. Hey, Doc, if you don't mind muting there.
Yeah.
What we have going on is Mr. Haskaha always does a monthly contest now. So I just want to let you know that if you want to put your screenshots in, what I always recommend is post it to the Yacht Club. And then when the discussion gets going on it and people start to love your stuff, go ahead and take that and submit it through to Mr. Haskaha to see if you can get a chance to win some of the prizes that they're putting together. I don't know what the current prize is, but it always has an amazing group of people taking photos. And if you don't know what that movement's all about, Haskaha is all about getting people to embrace the game and to learn how to take photos. He's got on his website, you can find it. You can ask him directly for a link on how to use the director controls. So how do you take those photos?
He has a new video out from relatively new from a few months ago, updated for the camera controls.
Great.
Yep. Very, very, very
Really good. Yeah, and he's a very very helpful member of our community because we have so many screenshotters in the Yacht Club. He's been very very helpful answering lots of questions. I had some questions for him a few weeks ago, and he answered a lot of questions. A lot of the other folks came in, and we had like a whole kind of consult with the expert session with him.
He wasn't on the show that long ago, was he? What,
Yeah, he
5,
was
6?
on the show a few weeks ago also.
Yeah,
He was,
I watched that.
he was in the Yacht Club Discord.
Yeah. But not only does he
Griffin
do
Gaming,
photography, he does a
thanks for
stack.
the
Oh, hey Griffin, hey man, how you doing? Yeah, he does stacks of videos obviously as well. So he's done all of our trailers thus far. I know he
he's
did
done
the
some good commercials.
Ultimate trailer and his commercials and the arts and crafts team. And Utho does a lot of the music for them and Monk. Damn Shames, they all kind of work together as a little team for the video projects. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's a cool little community.
Nice. So we had Griffin Gaming donate their $10. Thank you, man. All that money is going towards promoting Yacht Club at the Atmo Esports, the next event, probably Daymar Rally. But we're going to decide as a group if we raise more money onto exactly where we're going to sponsor, at what level we're going to sponsor. So go ahead, guys, please help put in there so Yacht Club can be well represented. We're also focusing on being the VIP ship providers so we're going to be flying the ships, all the VIPs that are going to be attending the Daymar rally. So we're really getting involved and it's a great time. We had Pramster, I believe, there donate 2 subs. So guys, this is a great show, building nicely. We'll make sure that we get those funds over to Daymar rally to make sure that that's going to be a great time. All right.
The giveaway for Miguel Johnson's SoundCloud key is open. So ! Ship me in chat.
Yeah, and that's on Bandcamp, by the way. So when you finally win that key, that's where you get it. All right. We also did a poll earlier for those that watched the Daymar rally, and it was 73% of people had watched the Daymar rally. So that's great. Good
That's
group
cool.
we got
That's
here.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously that may be a little bit biased from your angle because you guys got a bit of sponsorship in there in the past year, maybe.
Maybe.
Be interesting to see a massive poll. Yeah, you definitely do. But yeah, we did some stats. We had about 15,000 views on the last Daymar rally. We had just under 1,200 concurrent viewers. It was double the year before. So hopefully we can improve that again coming up to January 16th. So it was a big event. It was a very big event. 8 servers we were running simultaneously with our staff and camera crew. Across all 8 servers. So I'm really looking forward to the cap increasing so that we can, roster it a little bit easier. It's an undertaking. It's an undertaking and a half. It has to be very spot on. So yeah.
Soon TM, right?
Soon TM. Yep.
Okay, so this one here, moving back to the screenshots. This one is Shauzen.
Great image.
And Shauzen, I gave this a title because you didn't give it a title, so I called it "This Seems All the Rage. Let's join along."
I think his title was actually "No Words Were Necessary." I don't think I put the title in there.
That's funny. That's very
Nick
funny.
Charles, thanks for the sub, man.
in the subtle art of not giving a bleep, I just rename things if I don't like the names. That's how that goes.
Also fun.
Oh wow, that's really nice. Nick Charles, thank you for the subscription, man. Look at this one. This one is Hello Joran by Mystic. I like how she's not actually going to kill you. She's just going to vent your suit.
Oh no, she killed me. Yeah.
So that is an
Yeah,
actual shot of you. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
The shot
Yeah,
before the
nice.
shot.
and this is one
Yeah,
of the
shot.
recent shenanigans. Yeah,
cool.
we've been having a lot of fun with the grenade launchers and just general mayhem, just random murder.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody gets out, and we were on Mondays. We've been doing Mission Mondays, which is Cor5air FPS missions, where we come up with a scenario. We get 2 teams, and we go at each other. But because on this last Monday we're in the PTU. And we had a new patch. It reset all of our gear. So even though we'd spent all this time shopping for gear the days before, we had armor and tons and dozens of weapons. We got reset, so we had to spend most of the time going around and reshopping for everything. We finally got down to Hurston and found a really nice spot, a really beautiful sunset, and we just parked and just started shooting each other. No mission, just mayhem. It was fun.
Cool.
So Mystic says
Mystic
this is a sniper rifle with a 16x scope, which is good. I had the feeling that, you got right up close and personal with, just a 2x scope, and instead decided to melee him down to the ground.
Yep. No, that's one of the sniper scopes.
All right. Moving on to the next one, we have, I really like this one.
Oh, yeah, I know who this is. Cool.
Zoom that in. Okay. This one,
that's a great image.
This one is Mr. Ibra. Really nice. So it's called Day 42 on Betty, which is really good. Now, I don't know if this is what ship is this? Do we know?
It's Reclaimer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called the Betty because that's directly from the Daymar rally. There's a checkpoint with a Reclaimer, and it's called the Betty, which is taken from Alien 4.
Nice. Yeah, it's a nice
Mystic
picture.
said it was a 16 power scope, only 10 meters away, or 10 feet away.
Next time, take him down with a knife, Mystic. We'll show some video. All right, this next one is called Grenade. Anyone? This is by Mystic.
Check it out.
Wow, that's a nice looking piece of machinery.
Sure is.
We love that grenade launcher. It is so much fun.
Yeah, well, we could get, I'm looking forward to the Hurst and Herlocker getting to entertain that weapon. Give the Animus a little bit of a run for its money. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's gonna be crazy.
Then, we've seen that one already. Okay, that is getting into something a little bit further on. Oh yeah, we had posted both of those twice. No words were needed, and then the other one I'd also pulled it out. Jordan, we hadn't gone over the links again.
We both grabbed it.
So we really like that one, Shaz, and nicely done. Okay, so let's dive into kind of what happened in Star Citizen, and we're running a little bit behind time, so we want to push this as fast as we can. I'll show shenanigans very quickly here, just run through what all the shenanigans were for this week. So this one was
this was last Thursday. Lots of grenades.
Boom.
Yeah, basically just got a bunch of people around with grenade launchers and just started blasting.
Well, you got to test new items, eh? Yeah.
That was what it was all about. Like
unofficial Evacardi. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, there's a takedown there.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to push and pull coming next patch.
Yeah.
That's gonna be cool.
It'll be nice when that comes.
Yeah.
You think is that going to affect the races at all?
Push and pull. I don't know.
Drag somebody across the line, hide someone behind.
Yeah, I hope
somebody
so.
wasn't seen you.
If someone can run that far, they can do whatever they want. Because it's now 560 kilometers. So it's a much larger race.
Woo, Horton! Thanks for the raid. Welcome everybody.
Hey, Horton.
Hey everybody.
How you doing?
Thanks for joining. Yeah. It's not the same when you do it, dog.
She's so much better at that.
For those of you that are rating, we have a really cool show. We've got Cor5air on, the one and the only, who is the founder of the Daymar Rally and also
Swifty.
Say again?
Sorry. I'm just saying hello to Swifty. Sorry.
Oh, cool.
Has to be done.
No worries.
Apologies.
Founder of Daymar Rally, and is also, Daymar Rally is evolved into Atmo Esports. We're going to go and deep dive into what is Atmo Esports, what are the events, what are the aspirations of it, and how can you get involved and participate. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Right now, we're kind of getting through the end of the community stuff. We've had some really cool stuff happen in the community because Lord knows we haven't had a lot from CIG this last week. So we're trying to fill the time with everything that's going on, and we've got more than enough to do it. So this last one here, of course, this is from CIG that I'm showing right here. This is the 100i sneak peek that was in the newsletter. It's really good. Oh, and also we're doing a fundraiser to raise up for sponsorship for the Daymar Rally. Last year, Yacht Club sponsored the Daymar Rally, and we're a pretty high tier sponsor. We've got Yacht Club on our jerseys here from the last Daymar Rally. So we're already at the bronze level, and we're trying to get to the silver level. So if you look at the donations in the top left hand corner, if you can help us get there, that would be really, really great, because it's going to go to a great cause with Daymar Rally.
Very cool. Sejelian's in chat. Hey, mate. How you doing? Another big sponsor.
Hey, there's Seg. There we go. I'm not going to say anything tonight, Segelian, about what's super exciting about you getting involved with the Yacht Club. Oops. But something might be happening with Segelian. So that's pretty exciting. He's such an amazing guy.
Why not say something?
Okay, well now that the cats are out of the bag, Segelian is going to be running some shenanigans for us and putting together some get-togethers, some hangouts in the verse, maybe some cargo running, which is something I've been personally really excited for. So that's really cool. Great to have Segelian. He's so entertaining. As a streamer, and he's just really good at organizing people to get out and do stuff. And I can tell you he can fly a Starfarer like he was born in it.
He's doing it Monday through Friday.
So he regularly streams Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific to 10 a.m. Pacific time. So that is 10 a.m. Eastern to
10 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, to 1 p.m. Eastern.
So was that like 3 p.m. 2 or 3 p.m. UTC?
I don't know.
So early middle afternoon EU time. So it's one of the things that we're trying to do is to have more events for our EU members. We got a lot of folks in EU that are part of the Yacht Club, and they've been looking for more things to do. We've got.
And here he says 5:45 p.m. Saturday cargo at the Yacht Club stream. Awesome. There we go.
Nice.
Is that
nice, man? Nice.
Is that Pacific time?
I'm assuming that's his time.
Nice. So if you want to get involved in that, jump in the Discord, connect with Segelian, and you'll be connecting on the Yacht Club Discord, and go ahead and flying. He's going to be streaming it on his channel, which is really good. So that kind of bolsters things for him. And I think it's going to be just a fantastic time to hang out, and it's a good time for all those based in the EU as well. So come and hang out. We also have Mintake is putting together some stuff for us as well, some mining and more. And he's trying to find a great time for you guys in the EU. So please jump into the Discord.
Usually around 7 o'clock UTC thereabouts on Saturdays, and either Wednesday or Thursday is what he's thinking. So when you get in the Yacht Club Discord, you can assign yourself a role for the EU time zone or a US time zone, because we're trying to have lots and lots of shenanigans at different times of day for our members, because people like to get together and do stuff, and that's what we're trying to facilitate. Just have a very active, casual, fun community for people to do stuff with everybody else. The more people, the more fun it is.
Exactly. Okay. So after the newsletter on Friday, we got a subscriber vault update, and this one's pretty exciting actually. You know how if you've been following along, we have been diving through all of the different works in progress for the 2D models for the housing, or what are they calling them? Homesteads. There we go.
Homesteads, yeah.
So this is pretty exciting. Now they've been doing the 3D ones, so we get a chance to see some of that work in 3D. They look a little bit low poly.
Such a Star Wars Tatooine vibe,
early white box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we've been saying too.
Yeah, 100. It almost looks like it could be straight out of it.
Yeah, very Tatooine.
Yeah.
And we're really
love
not
it.
sure. We're really not sure if they understand what cable management is.
Maybe not.
'Cause cables everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
they're
a
pretty
frontier.
cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interestingly,
Wow.
I've been to,
Yeah.
Disney Star Wars in Orlando, the new Star Wars land, and all the buildings there look just like this.
Isn't
How's
that
the cable
R2's?
management?
Isn't that R2's head on the
There's
right?
cables everywhere.
Yeah, 100% Ebro.
Right. Yes, those are looking really good. And I think this one here, they're trying to. One of the things they were talking about was the different materials that were being sourced locally in order to produce these. And I think this is a way of just sort of seeing not necessarily different styles, but how it would look with different shaders. Maybe it has to do with the different materials. Maybe they're just trying to get Chris to pick numbers 1 through 5 and make a decision so they can move on. You know,
Is it not weathering?
it could be. I don't see 4 moving to
Yeah.
5 in that.
Well, the patterns on the last two are different directions. Yeah.
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 And then it looks like there's some kind of like rivets on 3 or something that's a little bit different. So they may be different.
Yep.
Different
Yeah,
designs.
could be weathering.
Could be. Okay, now.
I have an outpost dream. Should I share it with you?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So when the Pioneer's in and we can plant outposts, my dream is to build so many outposts that we can write Daymar Rally on the side of Daymar and you can see it from orbit.
Wow.
That's my
Nice.
that's my dream. I need some serious funding, but
That's gonna take a while.
we need to
For
hook
a lot of prospectors.
That's the
Yeah.
in-game event right there.
Pioneers.
You know that Shausen has a pioneer org, right? That's one of his main things. So
oh,
Get
Shell's
into-
gonna have to have a chat, mate.
yeah.
He's going
I want that to be
best
real.
base building org in the verse.
I
You
I
need
think
to-
Sigellian might want a part of that too. I think.
Yeah, and I'll lend my pioneer if I don't have time, or I'll join in to make that happen as well. That's
Yeah,
that
I'll
sounds
let
like
you
a lot
know
of
when
fun.
it's happening, and we'll punch it out.
Very cool.
Pretty good.
Okay, so what we normally do each week, for those of you that don't know the show, and I kind of suspect everybody watching is a regular, we go through the roadmap, and the roadmap has been getting skinnier and skinnier as we wait for the new roadmap to come out. So we're kind of in limbo. Nice to see the Mercury Star
311 is
Runner.
basically out.
Yeah, but
And that ship is gonna be popular.
a 40% jump in it being done in this last week. That's
it's
huge.
close.
95%.
Yep.
Yeah, which is really good. And we see a
And
picture of
think
that a
about
little bit
the
later
small
on.
tasks.
Why don't we show that picture now? There it is.
Yes, we should. A new
Cool.
interior shot.
Cool. Yeah.
So someone was remarking that this looks like the scanner station chair, which
Yeah.
early on was on the other side of the ship. So now it looks like it's in the same area as the
Data.
the
The
servers.
banks. Yeah.
Those servers look awesome. They look
They do
very
look great. They look very cool.
I-
It actually looks a little bit more weathered inside than I thought it would.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I
I think it's the lighting.
I think it's the lighting because I was about to be really like frustrated about that.
Yep. Yeah, I think that they want to maybe get it a bit dirtier because they want that Millennium Falcon vibe in there. Because I think that they're
Maybe.
bending it a little bit in that direction, but not too much.
I think it's going to be clean because it's Crusader, and they want
Yeah, it's Crusader.
to be
It's
clean.
Yeah.
It's part of
Yeah,
their
and
In
design
the future,
motif.
everything is designed to look more worn if you don't keep it maintained.
I'm a
Yeah.
Crusader man through and through.
Yeah.
I have one of all of them, I think.
Me too.
And yeah, the Star Runner will definitely it'll be my daily ride. I will attempt to do everything in that ship. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm going to do it in that ship, I think. So
How big is the C2? I'm sure the M2 is valuable as well, but how big is the C2
Yeah.
when that hits for Daymar Rally?
It's huge. It's the biggest thing as far as organizing our events goes. We were talking about how many we could actually squeeze in. Even the recommended amount of vehicles is what 5 or 6, but I think we can get 10 easy in there, maybe more. So we're gonna. You get if you can get in the staff area, you can get what you can get in that. You can get quite a lot in the Hercules. Yeah. So so it's going to be huge for us. So basically, we will actually prepare. We have enough resources between Atmo and Bad Token Race Club to actually supply vehicles for every contestant. So we could actually load up our Hercules beforehand and have them logged out at locations, log in, all the vehicles are ready to roll, and we just do an event immediately. So that's kind of where we want to be with our organization, is have everything ready for contestants. We don't have to sit around spawn pads and spawn everything and then transport them. We just want, even though the Hercules would be great for transporting mass amounts of vehicles, we just like to load them in and go and do an event. So
pre-stored and just run.
Yeah. Yeah, pre-store and just run them out. So the Hercules is going to be a massive thing for us. We're all extremely excited for that ship. And we're also going to use it as checkpoints because it has the perfect run-on, run-off kind of like pit stop setup where the two ramps drop on both sides. So you can roll in and roll out without having to muck around inside a ship. So it's going to be great for pit stops as well. So it's an awesome ship. I love that ship.
And Wolfie said 100 Rangers. How excited are you for the Ranger?
I'm a bit confused about the Ranger, to be honest, because of its size. I need to feel it to understand where it would fit. Because it might actually be something that's closer to our Grey Cat social events more so than our other vehicles. But it's such a small vehicle. It's very tiny.
I think it's gonna be like a whole different class.
Yeah, it's another thing. Yeah, it's a whole nother thing.
Like a third of the size of a Cyclone.
But how cool are they? They're such a cool looking. Yeah,
they're gonna be amazing.
They're so cool. They're so cool. Yeah, because if you compare it to the Gravlev bikes, it's a completely different thing again. It's just, you can't put it in that category. Too small. It's not Gravlev, so it's its own beast. Yeah.
Yeah. It really is. It's going to be very exciting. I want it now.
I don't know what the holdup with it is either. It doesn't look like a lot of work.
Yeah, just do it.
It's probably the physics for how it's going to stay vertical, because now we already have enough issues with the Gravlev bikes, and this is a whole different kind of physics where it's going to be on the ground,
tires.
Stay vertical.
That's so true.
It can't fall over.
Yeah,
well, there are motorcycles that have gyros in them that they can't fall over either. So
that actually sounds like a nightmare for them.
Yeah,
knowing how they do the physics for vehicles. Yeah,
exactly. So it's just a matter of when they can allocate physics programmers.
Yeah,
it sucks that if they put them in now, you wouldn't be able to write them if you fell off, anyways.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's a high priority.
Well, speaking of physics, we have the new shaders and everything that the Daymar Rally, Hurst and Hurt Locker, and all of those vehicles are going to have to deal with from a physical perspective. So wow, like just look at this new tech. I'm really excited for the way it works. I watched it like 3 times, and I had a hard time trying to decide what the takeaways were from it. For me, the takeaways were, that they've got all these new height maps, that the blending between the different the different like sections was really well done, and that they're taking what they normally do multiple brushes to brush with, and they do it really using one brush right now. So they've sped things up in a massive way. Other than that, what do you guys think? Cor5air, do you want to just I know you went through it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Look, I meant to watch this again this morning, but I did watch it last week, so I'm gonna try and remember exactly what they said. But even separate from that, it has massive implications for what we do, especially the Daymar Rally specifically, or maybe even the Hurst and Hurt Locker with the depth of craters and height changes and stuff like that. But when we talk about the Daymar Rally, we're talking about we travel across 560 kilometers of land on a moon, right? So we cover half a moon when we do this race. So at the moment, everything's quite flat. Everything's flat. The blending between outposts and the terrain isn't up to scratch, which they have said in the past. With the last round of changes with the Planetech, so everything was moved. All the outposts were moved to a very flat area, and it's really boring. It's super boring. The outpost areas are boring. They have kept some canyons, and the mountains are definitely higher in this Planetech, but there's lots of open plain space now. A lot more room to just sprint. So it's a very different race. Not only that, but all the rocks have been drastically reduced. Collision on rocks is higher. They used to have these what we would call ghost rocks, and you'd have to take a chance whether you were going to hit that rock or not. I'm sure you guys have experienced
Yeah.
that as well. Now it's completely different. Rock collision is much more frequent, but there's a lot less rocks. So the race for us, the terrain is just so drastically different. But after watching that video, I now understand that we're not even close to the kind of terrain we'll be racing in on release. There's going to be a lot of different height changes, bigger canyons, deeper canyons, bigger mountains. It's going to be a harder race. I think that flat terrain that we're
A lot more
experiencing right
variety.
now. Yeah, a lot more variety, exactly. So that flat terrain that we're experiencing now will go away. So this might be the only chance that we're going to have a Daymar rally in this kind of terrain with the really flat sprint areas, which is good because the distances are much longer. We've almost got 200 additional kilometers on the rally this year. So it's the amount of time that we'll be streaming for will probably go up about 4 hours, I think.
Wow.
So it's going to be a long stream for the rally in January. So yeah, lots of impact on us, a massive amount of impact. But even things like the Hurst and Hurtlock and the depth of the craters make it super deep, or a lot deeper. So we might see some changes there. Yeah, all of our courses change every time they do this, so we have to reevaluate everything, retest everything, and yep.
Takes a
Sorry.
lot of hours behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got to give props to Bad Token Race Club and all those guys, RP and Momotaro and Ibra's part of that team, Diva Jafan, Ausgear. That crew, they do a lot of testing in the background for us as well. We're doing the joint collaboration on Stanton 7, so they're invested in that. But they've always been there for us for the Daymar rally as well. So those guys are incredible.
I found this
Yeah,
part was really neat when they were talking about the different like blocks that they're using to build the areas of the terrain.
Yeah, just the variety and complexity was what really kind of struck me. Is, I mean, they've really built out a huge library of textures and terrain types and all these different blend maps that allow them through those flow graphs to really be able to create just an incredible variety of terrain types. And I think that's going to help to just make the surfaces of the moons and the planets much more interesting and varied. And so one of the things that really sets Star Citizen apart is how unique the terrain is. No matter where you go on any of these planets or moons, it's so different.
Yeah, it's definitely not No Man's Sky, that's for sure.
Yeah,
or
well said.
yeah, Elite Dangerous, No Man's Sky, or any of
Elite
these
Dangerous,
other games. They have
look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
So cool.
Well,
Volcano.
No Man's Sky has really awesome visuals now. Like,
yeah,
it's gotten a lot
I
better.
know, but
it's still not the same. It's still a cartoon.
This is almost simulator type stuff. This kind of terrain blending. Yeah.
As
I
No
don't
Man's
think
Sky,
people realize that.
As No Man's Sky, have they changed the way that the animals are generated? Because you ended up with some really
everything's changed. Yeah,
Okay.
and they've had many updates over the past couple of years, and this last update a couple of weeks ago, I've seen a bunch of images and gifs from it. I mean, it's looking really good. I mean, for what it is. I mean, it does just still doesn't appeal to me because I like the realism of Star Citizen.
Yep.
Yeah,
likewise.
I think we're just so lucky to be in a time and space where we have a lot of great games that are out or coming out or in development. Obviously, Star Citizen's our primary, but there's also Elite Dangerous and what's coming out with Odyssey. There's
yeah, I'm super intrigued. Intrigued because not only that, it's a good VR game.
Right.
Except you're not going to have VR in first person.
Oh, you're not going to get that.
Nope.
That's a downfall.
They hadn't figured that one out. Yeah, a lot of the Elite Dangerous people were a little upset about that. And you can't walk around inside your spaceships either. They still aren't going to have.
Yeah,
that. So
it's
primarily just going to be a few rocky planet surfaces you can land on and walk around the outside of your spaceship. and then also they've got these surface outposts and the space station interiors, which looked remarkably similar to Star Citizen space stations. But they've created like a whole different gameplay around the first person outposts and space stations where you can get missions and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting for folks
Yeah,
who are into
I'm
that.
definitely gonna have a look. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think over time, they'll end up doing that. I mean, the Elite Dangerous has been constantly, flamed for, having flying Doritos being their ships. So if they're going to do anything to improve after, having your legs,
like
redoing ships
like the
and stuff.
Nautilus.
Yeah, redoing ships exactly. So you
Or
can
the
walk around in them
Polaris.
would be the way to go. Gosh, I know.
We've got a couple of Doritos too.
We do, but you can walk around in them. They do actually look different.
yes.
Sort of speaking about other games for 1 second, has anybody been checking out the new Baldur's Gate 3?
I will be.
Checking that out next week.
Yeah.
Sam and I are going to play together.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I went and I downloaded it. So I bought it and downloaded it and tested it out a little bit. And it's a little bit buggy. It's definitely early days. There's a lot of things like you can see into rooms you shouldn't be able to and stuff like that. But it's quite impressive. Yeah, it's a real step up. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'll be popular.
But let's get back into this here and talk a little bit more about how it's going to affect. In fact, should we talk a little bit more about, like, start at the beginning with Daymar Rally? How did Daymar Rally get started? What was your vision back then, and how has it changed into the vision you have now? And then maybe start going into what the different events are that are upcoming.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. How much time have we got left?
As much as you need, my friend. As much as
All right, I'll launch into it, and you can ask me questions when you can. Yeah, cool. That should just be enough. I just want to say hello to Freedom, Papa Freedom in there. He'll be very happy that I said Papa Freedom on stream. Anyway, so yeah, Daymar Rally. So that all started back in February 2018. Yeah. So it took me 3 days. I kind of thought of the concept. I had watched the Dakar, which is usually just before in January, December, January, and then 3.0 kind of dropped, and I could see Daymar, this desert planet, and I just put 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, okay, they got vehicles coming. There's plenty of space on that to run endurance races. And boom, it was done. So I put the website up. I did the rule book within about 3 days, posted it all on Reddit, and then that was the start of it. And I set a date quite late, almost a year after that February. For 2019 was the first rally, so we had quite a bit of time to prepare and give Star Citizen a bit more time with the Planet Tech that had just dropped, and for us to get the cyclones in and that kind of stuff. So we needed a little bit more time, and then we did our first annual one in 2019. So yeah. That was the rally, and since then we've been to CitizenCon and promoted it, and we got a lot of teams on board, and basically we've just been concentrating on that for quite a bit of time. But now we've got the Hearst and Herd locker, and once I kind of started to put that idea together, kind of figured we can't just keep putting events out and keep saying it's from the guys that did the Daymar Rally. So we wanted to create an umbrella company, which is now a real world company that now looks after all of our events. A lot of things are happening for us. We're doing like a full proper launch of Atmo Esports early November, just after the Hearst and Herd locker. We've got a fully like a full video with me in it talking about Atmo, and I won't say too much, but it's going to be quite a cool video and talking about everything that's happening with Atmo Esports as well. So yeah, tons coming. So yeah, just don't forget Hearst and Herd locker is on the 24th. But we plan to have 4 main events per year. Run with Kane is not one of those. It's a separate one, and Grey Cat Social is also a separate event. So it's technically like 6 main events on the roster. And we have 2 practices per month now as well. So yeah,
nice,
very busy.
Yeah, it's very busy. So for those of you that didn't catch that, the Hearst and Hurt Locker, the main event is on October 24th. It's going to be really exciting. How can people get involved now for the October 10th, the solo event? Hold on. So yeah, tell us about the October 10
I'll
one.
tell you about the practice runs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So October 10th this weekend is a quad squad practice, and basically it's a dry run of quad 4-man teams for the Hearst and Hurt Locker. So currently the Hearst and Hurt Locker is going to be a solo and duo team event as our first foray into this event. But we are testing quads now, and we may do something on event day with quads as well. But it does become quite complicated with server space and population space. So we're just trying to be wary of that. So this is going to be just a fun one this weekend about trying 4-man teams in the Hearst and Hurt Locker environment. And if you don't know what the Hearst and Hurt Locker is, it is basically a battle royale / destruction derby type thing, all in a crater, and it's last man or last team standing. So basically everyone lines up on the edge of the crater. They all drop in at the same time and just fight to the death until one team or one individual is left. And then that person will be crowned champion and receive an amazing trophy, which we'll show some sneak peeks to in a minute. So yeah, that's that. So this weekend is just a fun quad practice. So you can sign up on starterracing.sc. We've actually just moved to Gilded as well. So if you want to come check out us on Gilded too, we've got it's good for organisation as far as broadcasting our voice to multiple teams. There's some good schedulers and event polls in there and stuff like that too. You can RSVP there. There's a date in there too if you need to check that out. But you can ask any questions in there, and our Discord's still very active too, so you can check that out as well.
If you post the Gilded link, like the invite link or whatever, into the show chat, I'll make sure we can get that out to stream.
Yeah, we'll do.
Perfect.
We'll do so.
So did you cover how a team can get involved? Just really kind of reach out to you on Gilded, and you'll make it happen. What are the deadlines for that?
Yeah, so with the Hearst and Hurt Locker main event day, which is on the 24th of October, not this weekend, that's the practice, but on the 24th of October is main event day. We have had the registrations open for that for quite some time, but registrations will close on the 13th of October. And then all the teams that have registered via the website, which is at HurstandHurtLocker.com, if you have registered there before the 13th, I will contact you via email to confirm your attendance, give you some extra schedule information and what's going to happen on the day, and talk about the rostering. And then you'll be ready for the 24th. So cutoff for registration for the Herd Locker is this 13th of October coming up. So if you want to register, I'd get on there now because it's not too far away.
Hey, we got a Bumble Brianna just gifted a 1-month subscription. Oh, that's me to somebody else. Very nice of Bumble Brianna.
So well, we've also got all sorts of merch coming out specifically for the Hearst and Hurt Locker as well. We're going to announce it with the Atmo Esports launch, but Atmo has actually partnered with Meta. They do a lot of very nice merchandise. We're just trying to elevate our merchandise, and they've done a complete range of Hearst and Hurt Locker products for us. We're going to announce that on Hearst and Hurt Locker Day, but I can just show you a real sneak peek if you wanted to have a look at the kind of stuff that will be getting done. If you want to check that out,
yeah, please do.
Definitely.
I didn't actually send this to you, but I will just download that now and put it into the chat for T Nightster, and have a look at that.
So guys, here's the Gilded invite link to get in on Atmo Esports server. So go ahead and jump in on that so you can get the updates.
Go and check it out. Yeah, well, if you get in there, if you're not familiar with Gilded, pop in there. We'll help you. We'll guide you through it. Blood Eagle and Vengeance are in there as well, and that they're very well versed in everything Gilded. But we will be using it as our platform for organizing our future events. Yeah, there's a lot of handy features in there for tournament. It actually has a tournament feature in there as well, which we will test in the future. But just the broadcasting of voice, RSVPs and scheduling is pretty cool as well.
We actually
in conjunction with startupracing.sc too, so don't forget about them.
Thanks, Black Manx, for tipping $42.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, nicely done.
Appreciate
Getting close
that,
to that goal. Thank you, man.
Getting very close to that goal.
Yeah, we actually off of Vengeance's recommendation, we had a look at Gilded for Yacht Club, and we're very happy to stick to Discord. We think it's still kind of the
Sure.
primary way to go. But if Gilded has all of these great options for the way that you can organize operations, that sounds like it's a solid platform. We've heard a lot about it. So
Yeah, the one big winning thing for me was being able to do the broadcast of voice. So basically, on our events, we do like a briefing at the start. But let's take the Daymar Rally for example. We had 380 people sitting in a single channel, right? And then they all kind of split up and go to their teams. So we did one big gigantic briefing. I'm surprised Discord actually handled it. It was amazing to see that many people in one channel. But we did a gigantic briefing from me and our server leaders in Discord in one channel, and then they all go to their separate channels, and then we can't really communicate with them via voice. But with Gilded, when we do that, we'll actually be able to broadcast our voice to all the separate team channels if they need information and we need to organize people. And it's amazing to watch when you're actually in game, because I can just broadcast my voice and say, can everybody get in that Cutlass Red, because we need everybody to do this. And you can watch everyone on stream move all at the same time. It's amazing to watch. So if you haven't experienced it,
channels, like
yeah, you can nest them.
Some?
Yeah, you can nest them however you need to nest them, so that only certain ones can do it. So yeah, Yep.
So kind of like TeamSpeak
like TeamSpeak. It's like TeamSpeak. Yep. Definitely, it has that kind of functionality.
So
yeah, it's in there. Yeah, we posted that to Discord 3 years ago, and it's actually a popular thread. I still get email pings from people commenting in that thread from 3 years ago asking for this particular feature. So
nice.
People have been asking for it ever since Discord started. And it's
Every
day that they're really missing, and
sure.
they're starting to lose people to Gilded. More people are starting to talk about that. I saw Montoya's moving a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Are they moving all of Test over to Gilded?
Test is pretty much all over there from what I can tell.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I'm in that Gilded as well. I was chatting to Montoya the other day. Because we're probably two of the larger entities over there at the moment, and obviously Gilded are trying to get a lot of people over there. So having Test over there is a pretty big one. Yeah.
For those that don't know, we will get our second giveaway for Miguel Johnson's Artemis album that is out on Bandcamp. That is that giveaway code. Giveaway is open, so do bang ship me, so ! Ship me in order to enter, so you can get in on that. That'll be given away within a few minutes. Also, what are we seeing right now? What do we have up on the screen there?
Yes, this is one of the 5 Hearst and Hurtlocker merch items we have coming out, but we will announce the entire range on the 24th of October, and you'll be able to purchase them if you wish from then. We also will have a Daymar Rally release coming out when the Daymar Rally is around on January the 16th. We got a full release on that. The coolest thing about this is that in the past, I've kind of tried to handle the merchandise myself out of Australia, which is obviously not an ideal situation, but it's kind of something we kind of had to do at the beginning to kind of get off the ground. But now that we are getting very busy and we've got quite a few events on, we wanted to make that a little bit better. So we've been lucky enough to kind of partner with Meta and handle our distribution. And it's just such a good MetaThreads. It's just such a good deal. Like Dr. Disrespect uses them, so it's in that kind of category. But they've been amazing to work with. I have to say, the customer support from them, I've been through quite a few of the big ones that people use, and customer service has been absolutely atrocious. Meta's been incredible, like absolutely incredible. And they have a low, like if you want to buy a bulk amount of stuff, they have like a really low amount. Like if you're a beginner and you're just starting and you're not super popular, you can get a buy-in of a fairly low number if you want to stock up stuff, or they just have the buy on demand stuff, which is
nice.
What we have. But if you don't have a lot of money to spend on bulk stock, they're also really good for that as well. But
and
they're incredible.
Worldwide?
They ship worldwide. Yep, they got a deal with FedEx, and it's great. Yeah,
sounds like CIG needs to get on with them.
I thought the exact same thing. I think, man, it's such an incredible service. It's really good. You'll see our merch is going to be very elevated this year. We're elevating our broadcast. You'll see a lot of improvements now that we've kind of moved to Atmo, and we've got a lot more responsibilities as far as all the events. So I have mentioned the Daymar Rally, and I've mentioned the Hearst and Hurtlocker, but we also have 2 more getting added to the calendar next year. One of them will be of interest to a lot of people, I think, in the yacht club. Basically, it's going to be a full ground racing league. So we're going to hold a 2.5 month, 3 month if you count the qualifier, 7 race ground racing tournament. So you have to qualify. We're going to have the top 16 teams qualify. There'll be more people that can qualify, but there'll be 16 people that actually make it through to enter the league. So you have to be the best of the best. And then you'll be able to race on 7 different courses across 7 different moons and planets. It's going to be basically an Indianapolis type point system as well for racing. There'll be a finals. It's going to be huge. It's going to be a big deal.
And, and there's the prize pool.
Yeah, so there's a prize pool. So CIG are helping out with some prizes there. So our Hercules and our Prowler and Valkyrie are currently all supported by CIG, but the rest of the prizes we have to try and support ourselves. So JRDNF are a huge part of that because they create all of our trophies. You'll see the Daymar Rally trophy, which I just absolutely love. I wish I could have one myself, but I have to give them all away. And then we're just about to talk about the Hurst and Hurtlocker trophy as well, which will be part of our giveaway special today too. So that's going to be very cool. This will get updated in the future. And then Stanton 7 next year, there's going to be a dedicated jersey for that. That's going to have its own trophy by JRDNF. That's just a placeholder there. It's going to have its own championship jacket, just like the rally does. So we put a lot of effort into physical prizes as well as digital prizes. So yeah, they're going to be, that's our current prize pool, but we are working on something else for mid next year, which I will bring up real quick. Mid next year is going to be what we call fight or flight, and it's going to be at the moment until server caps change, it's going to be a 20v20 org versus org objective, full, theaters of war style combat of our own emergent style. So yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So that's
the
we're
fight
looking
or
at.
flight?
That's the fight or flight. So if you want to flash up that, if you've got that, unless you want me to drop it in.
Got it.
So fight or flight. So fight or flight's going to be. We're just looking at that now. So that's a Yule Keke photo there. Have you got the other one there? Because that's the actual approved one.
Oh, I do. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, my bad.
Down.
My bad. Yeah, you're right. It's cooler anyway. And if you got the website one there too, you just throw that up there. But we're working on the website and all the logistics around that. But we want to see org versus orgs. We're going to have a 20-man registration for that, so it's going to be quite a big deal. Yeah, that one there. So that's a Yule Keke photo as well.
Ooh,
so working on
she won the giveaway.
Oh, well done, Mister.
Mystic.
Yeah, Mystic.
Mystic.
Sorry. I've seen
well
Mystic
done.
in chat heaps of times.
Well
yeah.
done.
Hey, Mystic.
Mystic's becoming a regular winner.
She's here all the time, right?
She
I always see her in your yacht club chat.
Yeah,
every time I jump in.
Gotta be here to win.
One of our one of our most active citizens.
Yeah,
she's also our official photographer.
Yeah, she takes fantastic photos. Yeah,
I have seen some of her photos. Yeah. Yep, she's a great community member. I've seen her around a bunch.
So fight or flight. What's going on with this one? It sounds a little bit more
It's in its infancy, but yeah. So it's going to be we're going to have like an objective-based combat. So at what we're talking about at this point in time, and I won't give away too much information because I'm still talking to a couple of people. But basically, one org will start in one location on a moon. Another org will start on an opposite location, most likely 2 outposts within that moon. We're going to drop a large objective that needs to be collected and brought back to that person, that org's base. Basically, you can use any kind of combat, aerial, ground, whatever you need to make that happen. It'll just have lots of roles for people within that org as well. You can have your scouts, you can have defense, you can have you drop teams, aerial teams, however you want to do it. So you watch these immobile infantry, you've seen their videos. They do a lot of these org type PvP combat stuff. So we want to create a tournament around that and invite orgs to kind of register their interest in us hold an actual proper tournament for orgs and just kind of like coordinate that for them. So that's kind of what we're looking at doing to release mid next year. So we're starting early and getting in on that. So keep an eye out for that. We're just working on the promo stuff for that, but that's just a little sneak peek at that's coming up. So as you can see, we're extremely busy. I'm pretty at this point in time with the Hurst and Hurtlocker coming up. Yeah, it's just most of my day is working on this kind of stuff. So
I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, we're very busy.
And we're still in early alpha. We only
I
have
know.
one star system.
Yeah,
What
I
are you gonna do
know.
when we have 20 star systems? You're
Crazy.
gonna have races from star system to star system, aren't you?
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of options then. So
Yeah.
yeah, which is what we might do in the future is we might have to. We've only got a certain amount of time in a year. I don't know how many more events we can put into a year because it does take a lot of lead up and time as well. So we might rotate events, but we'll see. I just want to see what they do and how jumps work and all that kind of stuff before I start talking about inter-system racing and things like
Yeah,
that. But obviously, there's a
Pyro's not
market
far
for it.
away.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, a lot on our plate right now. But the next one coming up is obviously the Hearst and Hurt Locker. So I don't know if you want to have a look at that trophy. We want to talk about that now. The
Sure.
JRDNF created beautiful models that are about to be released. They're releasing it in conjunction with the Hearst and Hurt Locker on the 24th, and they're going to open a pre-sale on there as well. It's a pre-sale, so shipping will be a few weeks after the Hearst and Hurt Locker. But they've given me approval to give one away today, and you can actually choose a number between 21 and 500, and that's basically the serial number of the one that you'll receive. Yeah, the Tumbrel Cyclone is a popular vehicle, especially in our community. So we're very, very excited to.
Let me get that picture up. I just want to make sure it's the series of pictures that are kind of the development of it.
Yeah, you want to? We can.
Okay.
Let's go through that first. The ones, yeah,
Sure.
and I'll talk about what's included in it, because there's a lot of detail in the trophies and parts of other models that they're actually using to combine to make this trophy. So yeah, that's a good idea, Tim.
So that is what looks like the finished trophy.
No, so this is well before painted. So this is all sneak peeks of the final trophy. So we haven't got the final images yet. But this is it in production. Still going to do a full paint cycle on that. We got plenty to do on that. There's going to be like an Atmo style paint job on this cyclone, which is very cool, exciting for us. So we're very excited to see that in the flesh. So this is just after it's printed and they kind of pieced it together and done a little bit of a cleanup, but this is well before the paint cycle.
So Papa Freedom is desperately concerned that that's not Kane under the rover, is it?
I have had this question before. Someone asked this in the past. But yeah, we moved Kane's body to the Hearst and Hurt Locker crater, and you can run over it if you wish.
Good.
Yeah. So yeah, there's actually on the other images, there's a duo and a solo trophy, and the duo has the two Star Citizens on the bonnet as well with champagne and whatnot. But as you can see here, there's actually parts of a dragonfly. Underneath the cyclone, and there's a cyclone wheel off to the side there. You can see the kind of detail they've put into creating this trophy.
Wow.
But if you don't know who JRDNF are, I think you're weird. But if you don't, go and check them out because they do amazing work. They've done all of our trophies to date, and they'll probably do them all for the foreseeable future, if not forever. Yeah, they're so good. Here's John here putting it all together for us. Yeah.
Some beautiful work.
Yeah, they're amazing. But like that run with Kane Trophy was made by these guys. They did the metal casting. John had never metal cast anything before, and he metal cast those Daymar Rally trophies for us. He did it in 24 hours. The guy's insane.
That's amazing. And
he's amazing.
And these aren't standard. Here's a cup, and here's some engraved words on it. These are really innovative, unique trophies, like one of a kind, or
custom.
Custom low, and they have a story. They have a like a novel to them. How did this sort of come to be, and it's representative not only of the event,
bespoke.
but wow.
Yep. Yeah, I know. We're very lucky, and we've kind of created a pretty great relationship, and we've been able to, like the last two Citizen Cons I've been able to attend thanks to my community. Or our community, and been able to send us over, and we've had organization booths, and while there, I've been able to spend quite a bit of time with John and Cal's from JRDNF, and we talked in depth, and I actually emailed them months before the Dragonfly. I'm pretty sure I can say this. Months before the Dragonfly was at Austin, that they put together at Austin, asking to do exactly what they were going to do for CIG, and they had to tell me kind of no, because they couldn't tell me at the time, but they kind of had to say no to it because of the fact that they were already doing it. So I was trying to look at some project like that. And they were already kind of underway. So that's where our relationship started, was before the Citizen Cons, and we've kind of just been talking ever since. And yeah, they're great people, really good people.
Fantastic. It's great to have a good team. I mean, you've been able to, one of the most impressive things I've noticed is when talking to you, how you're so connected to everybody in the community, and not only from, oh, I know so-and-so, or I was on a show with them, or I was talking with them. It's, you're doing business with them. You're creating projects with them. You're working with them, and
working closely with.
yeah.
Well,
And business is not the right word,
yeah.
but it's projects for the community, that they're
It's
really doing
projects.
it. Yeah. And that's really the cool thing.
Yeah, and I think we're a little bit different. I think in that regard, and I feel very lucky because we come from a different angle, right? We are not an organization like most people are. We are an event group, and we kind of act as a hub, because a lot of organizations apply or register for an event and they end up being in our Discord, and now are gilded, and there's just quite a lot of orgs represented within underneath Atmo and in our communications channel. So I've been able to meet a lot of people that way. But I've also been very lucky and fortunate. I met Sigelian really early on. He kind of helped us boot up our first trailer with Huskaha, who came on very early on and been able to use his images and a lot of stuff.
Nice.
And then I kind of met all the people who were really keen with the ground racing at the very start. And our camera crew was obviously very, like, a huge part of what we do. It gives us a unique kind of look to our events, because it is kind of like that helicopter camera kind of look. So, people like Tumblr and Rosslo in the very early days were like our first two camera guys, and I was doing a bit of camera work at the start as well. And then we've now expanded. So we've got Freedom in chat here. He's one of our camera guys. Shipwreck, Blood Eagle. We got Prince Senza. We've got, who else? We got Sevens has come on board recently. We've got a huge camera crew now. It's amazing. And everyone who works on the events in the background, Bad Token Race Club, like Ibra Citizen is he's very, very involved in the community. I met Crucian Gaming at Austin as well. We met there. Someone said you guys should meet, because you're kind of wanting to do similar things. So we had a chat and we're like, yeah, let's do it. So Crucian came on board at that point, which has been incredible. Crucian's been a very integral part of what we do. I speak to Crucian almost every day, especially at this time of the year. And we do a lot of stuff in the background, like metas, part of Crucian's assistance. Do we have
some video from Daymar Rally for Hurston Hurtlocker that we can show?
Yeah, we can go. I can go look some up. Before I do that, though, the first thing to say is the last and final token for today, as far as a giveaway for Miguel Johnson's Artemis soundtrack on Bandcamp, is up for giveaway right now. So make sure to get in that Ship Me T-Nightster. You see he's spamming the Ship Me emote. So get in there, guys, so that we can to do that. Just bang Ship Me, and we'll give that one away. That'll be the last one of the night. We still have more giveaways to do. We still have our Patreon giveaway that we're going to end up doing, and we also have a giveaway for one of these amazing Tumbril TR trophies that are being put together. So that is fantastic.
Yeah, keep in mind, this is the only way to get. Sorry, mate. This is the only way to get this Cyclone at this point, is by winning the Hurston Hurtlocker. It'll be the first completed version of the Cyclone. So if you win it, you'll be the first one to get that Cyclone too. So don't forget that.
Which is amazing. Cool. And the lucky winner is going to be able to pick between numbers. Is it 21 and 100?
And 500. Yeah.
500, yes. So you'll be able to pick your favorite number between 21 and 500 for yours, and that'll be your version.
I bet Cor5air would have a couple links handy for some cool looking promo videos that Stim could do out there.
Yeah, if you have some, that would be great.
Probably
easier than me searching YouTube to find something cool.
No, that's a fair call. This is the Arts and Crafts Huskaha. Created video. I'll find the Hurston Hurtlocker trailer, and we can have a quick look at that. It kind of gives you an idea.
Those promo trailers are awesome, and the camera work, I think, is one of the things that really gives it such a professional presentation. It's like a real life sporting event. Then you've got the
Yeah.
professional cameras, and you're switching back and forth from event to event, and you've got the hosts, and it's really well done.
Should I play
And
this
Yeah,
with
I was
sound?
really impressed by this last one.
Yeah, go for it.
It's only a
Make
minute
it
and
neat.
41. We can watch the whole thing.
Yeah, Uth O'Reilly did the music. Does all their music.
Hmm.
Another
Fantastic.
member, amazing community member. Yeah, I
Alright.
met a lot of
He is
people.
awesome.
Here we go.
I don't think we. No, we didn't. Sorry, my bad. There's the trophy there, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know, if people fully understand just how many hours goes into that, but it's a lot. It's a hell of a lot of hours. Yeah, so that's by Arts and Crafts and Huskahara and Uto O'Reilly and the Damn Shanes and Monk. That whole team.
Oh,
They do a great job.
that's fantastic.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, and check out, we've got the Daymar Rally trailers as well. They've done 2 trailers for us there, and they're working on the Stand 7 trailer as we speak. We're going to have a pretty cool trailer for that too. So, yeah, but, I owe a lot to Huskahara and the kind of art that he's provided for our events. And yeah, he's incredible.
Oh, I just tried to post a chat link. There we go. This is the trailer that we just watched, so that people can get a chance to have a look at it again. Wow, that's fantastic. So, you've spent a lot of time and you obviously work tirelessly at putting together these events. What is let's get a little bit personal on it. What is the motivation for you from a community side? I mean, obviously this could have much larger aspirations, but in the short term, when it comes to why you participate and get involved with the community so much, what drives you?
Yeah, sure. That's a fair point. Fair question. Like initially, I joined Star Citizen to be like anyone else and play Star Citizen. And then that initial idea just came to me. I'm like, let's give it a shot. Posted on Reddit, got some good response, and I'm like, okay. And doing events is what I do. Like I manage a lot of university events here, photographic, and that's kind of a bit of what I do. A lot of organization around events in my real life. Even though I'm a professional photographer, my actual job is organizing photographic events and things for quite a few universities here in Australia. So that's kind of where the passion from it comes from. Managing the event is actually the favorite part of the event for me. Managing it, putting it together, seeing it come together, and just watching it and being a part of the organization. I don't even need to participate or race. I did do the initial Daymar Rally course quite a few times, and I was trying to understand how it should all work. But now, people kind of racing, and I just have to kind of watch on. But honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. I thoroughly enjoy watching what we have created at Atmo. And that's fantastic. Like obviously now it kind of evolved. Initially, I didn't really think that this would become what it is. I didn't think Atmo would have existed when I first did the Daymar Rally, and now we've kind of shifted, right? We've kind of gone into this place where we're kind of getting really good at creating these in-game events, and we're doing it in an alpha state where we're only possibly doing it for an audience of maybe 10 to 30,000 hardcore actual Star citizens, right? So doing it early has been great. Like we learn a lot about the game. We get to see each iteration and understand the history of everything that we've done leading up to where we are now. And by the time the game's released and we've got a lot more spectators and, we're very fluent in what we do, we're just about to elevate our broadcast. We've just had a whole new refresh on the artwork on our broadcast as well, which is going to look very impressive on Hurst and Herlocker Day, and you'll see that in the rally coming up as well. Our merch is elevated. We've changed as a group. There's just so much, and in the future, I'd love to work with Star Citizen esports teams or any of that kind of stuff. I'm really kind of into the whole esports vibe now, to be honest. So that's kind of where we're at.
It's become a big deal, and it's just getting started.
Yeah, very happy where we are.
How many years have you all been doing it? 3?
I joined Star Citizen in January 2016. But so Daymar Rally first concepted February 2018. So about 3 years. Yeah, ish, just under. So yeah, not that long really.
Yeah, but it's
we've
come
done a
a long
lot
way.
in that amount of time.
Yeah.
We've done a lot. I do put a lot of hours into it. Like I do put a lot of hours into it. Yeah.
Well, you can tell just by the level of production that you do. I mean, I remember I had to pick up one of the books for a buddy, and I remember coming to you and saying, "Hey, can I grab one of those brochures?" And you only had so many of them because there were more sort of prototypes, but they were amazing
Buster.
quality that you'd put through. Hey, Buster.
Buster's
on.
here. Hey, Buster, how you doing?
Welcome,
I
everybody.
don't get to talk to Buster much.
Yeah,
But yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, Stim, I had to bring them over from Australia. Don't forget that. They're not that light. So I had to ship.
they
I had to
weren't.
ship everything with that. That entire booth I had to bring over on a plane. So yeah.
I think those were some of the farthest travel brochures. ever
Yeah,
made.
yeah. Well, it was a funny story. I was trying to get the Daymar Rally trophies home from the UK, and it was going to cost me $2,000 to put on the plane because they're so heavy.
Wow. Just left
So I had to
them
leave
unassuming.
leave half of them with Cal's to get them shipped later. So yeah. Hey Buster, how you doing? I haven't met Buster in real life. I do
Actually,
tune
She's
in
a
to
lot
her.
of fun. She's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Sure
she's
is.
on the show. She's been on the show a couple of times.
She
Yeah,
certainly has.
I usually
Yeah.
tune in. Yeah.
And Styles has redeemed all hosts need to take a drink. So
Ooh, we better do that.
cheers to Daymar Rally.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
I gotta go. I'm not gonna make it any longer.
All right,
All right, Doc.
See you,
We'll
buddy.
catch you later. Buster, if you want to jump in, let us know. We'll hook you up. You can jump in and take
All
Doc's
right.
spot.
Thanks for the raids. Thanks for being on Cor5air. We'll see you later.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, no worries.
Cheers.
Yeah, Buster, jump in.
Yeah,
Take
jump
over
in.
Murray's spot. I haven't met you, so it'd be great to.
Hop on the
Yeah.
show.
Let me. So
know
why don't you
I don't know
guys
if
chat
it's
a little bit?
doable.
I'm gonna sort of rejig the studio here. 1 second.
Cool. Exciting.
Or talk-
Yeah, sorry, what were we talking about beforehand? Just Atmo stuff.
Yeah, just Atmo stuff in general. What kind
Yeah.
of motivated you, and then maybe talk a little bit about why people should get involved outside of
I
I
gave
want to
her
do
tonight's
more. I
tip.
want to have fun. What
Yeah.
can you tell people about the experience they'll have, the camaraderie?
Yeah,
What's the
yeah,
real
yeah.
benefit of jumping in? Either doing a solo event or becoming part of a team and getting people together.
Yeah, I think if you haven't done one of our events before, you'll soon realize once you start getting involved after you register and you get a confirmation email back saying you're registered, and then you've already kind of started your journey. And then if you do come out to one of our practice events, you'll see that your racing is getting streamed live, and we're calling out your name, and it's creating this atmosphere of this racing culture which we're trying to populate. So just that vibe, and I think you'll hear from racers, and we respond to everybody. We're very heavy on FAQs and looking after people who haven't raced with us before or done an event with us before, and coming into our channels and having a chat with us. And but once you hit the track, especially with the rally has a lot of atmosphere. Basically because it's a long race, and you're racing with and there's a lot of participants. Like there's we had 72 teams based, and each team has upwards of 4 people. So racing and competing with that amount of people, and your name's getting called out on stream, and Crucian's hyping the hell out of the stream, and Detox is doing his thing, and it's got such a good feel when you're in it, and you probably don't understand until you're actually in it what it actually feels like. But I can see that, and I hear that from the feedback from our races. So yeah, it's that's the vibe you get.
And the giveaway is open now
Yeah.
for that amazing trophy, the Cyclone Trophy for Daymar Rally. So
Yeah.
get in there.
Yeah, they're going to retail for around about 130 pounds or something.
Exclamation point!
130
ship me.
pounds. Wow, so that's
I
huge
think
value.
I should check on that.
What is that in American pesos?
Like 170. 100.
Hey, Buster, how you doing?
70.
Yeah, nearly 200. Hey, Buster, there you are. Let's pull her into the show.
You're probably going to bed. I don't know what time it is. Anywhere apart from Australia.
It's midnight in Florida and 11 p.m. in central U.S. where Buster is.
Texas. Yeah.
I don't think it's Yacht Ship Me. I think it's just exclamation point ship me. Does Yacht Ship Me work also?
No, just Bang Ship Me.
Yeah,
It's the
just
only one
ship
that
me.
works.
Exclamation point ship me. Yeah, when somebody starts typing something different and then everybody else jumps on it. I had that happen to me in somebody's stream the other day. It's like, what the hell do you actually type? There was like 5 different things being typed in there. And I was typing all these things and it would never say that I had entered the giveaway. It's like, what the hell are you supposed to type? Like,
Hey,
just
Buster, how you doing?
exclamation point ship me.
Hey.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I've been lurking on your content probably for a year and a half, but never said hello to you in real world.
I think we've made jokes before that I would probably be the best. That would be the best and the worst sportscaster ever for emo ass.
People would still watch. That's for sure. Yeah, that'd
Like,
be great.
who's that guy? I don't know who this guy is, but he's like running into stuff and it's pretty awesome. Hey, camera guys, just stay on that for a minute. That would be great.
Hey, I'm looking for on the ground cross to reporters. So if you got like some comedic relief, we can cross to you like mid broadcast, and you can just say whatever you want.
Oh my god! That would be the
Oh no,
perfect
you
job
can't.
for me.
You can't tell Buster that.
That would
You
be
should
the
know
perfect
better.
job for me.
It'll be
That would be
full
the
on
perfect
Klingon
job.
makeup.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
The batleth will
Yeah,
come
I'll
out.
get you
I don't know
It's
what
like
this
a-
game is, but this is weird. I don't
Done,
know why you
that's
just
all I need.
go in a straight line.
Those are
Look
not
at the stuff.
warriors racing in those cars.
There's 2 lines. There's 2 straight lines. Not just one. There's 2.
Oh, okay.
You were on a VIP ship though, weren't you? Last time, were you?
Yeah, it was. Actually, Stim
Yeah.
and I were on the same VIP ship.
There we go. Yeah.
It was Sigalians. I think we were on Sigalians or something. And then
Yeah.
Yeah. Sigelian
We
was
were
on that one
Sigal-
as well. Yeah.
yeah, that was Sigalian server. That was fun. I could only stay for a little bit. Same thing with Stim. We could only stay for like an hour and a half. By the time like it was
Yeah.
all like organized and everybody was in their servers, it was like, well, we gotta go.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that was
it's a bloody long day, that's for sure.
yeah.
that's for
Last
sure.
last year it all kind of came together in the last few days as we put that together. But this year it's so well planned in advance that we'll have no excuse. If you're going to be on the VIP ship, if you're able to
Yeah.
get a golden
Yeah.
ticket, you're gonna have to be there all day, just like I will.
But credit where credit's due. I remember we all like there were like literally like I want to say like hundreds of people like sitting in listening to Cor5air give like the briefing.
Oh, you were there, the briefing?
Yeah, we were there
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
briefing.
shit.
So like we listened to the brief and you were like
Yeah, damn
like,
straight.
we're doing
I
this,
don't
we're
have
doing
time for this
that.
shit. Yeah.
And one
This is
of
the
my
timing.
favorite, and this is something when we talk about PvP and Star Citizen, something that like always comes up is those people who ruined the Daymar rally. And one of my favorite things that happened was you literally said during that briefing, guys, people are going to get into these servers and they're going to try to take people out, and that's part of what makes it entertaining. That's why it's the dirtiest race in the verse. So
Yeah.
deal with it. Like you were just like, it's going to happen.
So-
Lord Styles redeemed twice. All hosts need to take a drink.
Yeah, and so did
Yeah.
Orion Oath, Orion Zeroth. I'm not really sure. Orion Oath, and then Crazy Markers also. So we have 4 drinks to do.
Oh, geez. Well, thank
Do
you.
we?
I'm on water now.
Just in
This-
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm on water as well, but wow.
I have to drive, so yeah.
I just have water.
Gotta be water.
I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to go get a cocktail.
All hosts hydrate.
Yeah, the funny thing about the
That's good, thank you.
VIP ships, If you're watching it, you don't understand. So, sponsors and a few other people that are important to our community, they get invited to join. The Yacht Club hosted a bunch of 890 jumps for us the last rally, and you get invited to a 890 jump on a particular server. You jump on with them, you get, I don't know, some of the 890 jumps made it to the rally, I think, and then
I think they all made it.
Actually, it's funny because I have no idea because I don't have any time to look at that, be involved in that. Like, I can't even.
We all made it. We had a great time. We only one of our ships got called out by security for flying a little bit too close to the racers. Otherwise, it was all very civil, and all the VIPs had a wonderful time. So say we all.
Nice. I heard funny stories, but I never got to see anything. So yeah, but it sounded cool. And last, just so everybody knows, it wasn't an afterthought, but it was something I had to put at closer to the bottom of my list when organizing the rally. With the 8 servers and the 400 attendees, and I think I gave the Yacht Club and Stim like 2 weeks notice, and we kind of did the roster in a pretty short space of time. But this time around, we've got much more time, so it should be a slightly better experience, even though it sounded like it was perfectly good. But so thanks to Stim and the team for doing that on such a short notice. So
it's a pleasure to be part of it. You're doing such great work for the community and pushing along. I mean, the Daymar rally has been a beacon is really the best word for bringing people together for in-game events, and not just the types of weekly in-game events that we do where everybody gets together and has a good time. We're talking about scheduled big events where everybody's watching, people have a chance to compete, to show sportsmanship, to really share a positive experience. And
you're showing people what the potential with Star Citizen and esports is, and it's huge. It's we've been having a discussion in another server, I won't mention, Cor5air, about some things, right? And remember, I mentioned the other day, I was like, CIG has got to think about you guys and think about. I'm sure they already are, but we talked about that. I made a big point of it's an important thing to consider for the future if they want to have success on Twitch
we'll see.
and doing other stuff. But you guys are awesome.
Thank you. This concept kind of came initially when I first started the rally. It kind of entered my mind not long after we began, but it kind of developed these events around the emergent side of gameplay, right? So we're completely separate from the mechanically built systems that CIG have around Star Marine and Arena Commander. We're completely separate from those things. Theaters of War, we're separate from that. So CIG have this thing where they've got this group of people doing these emergent style events, and then they've probably got their plans based around their mechanically driven type systems. So I haven't really had any great discussions with Cloud Imperium about that whole thing, but who knows where we'll go. I've got a good relationship with Cloud Imperium, a very good relationship with them. If I ever need to ask them a question, or as long as I'm not stepping over any boundaries, I can just email Ulf or Tyler, and then I can get some guidance from them. So I'm very respectful of the people who gave us the game. That's for sure.
And that's one of the things we find as well when dealing with CIG. You approach them on their terms. You make it really available. You have clear, concise, and well thought out plans. And if it works in with what they're doing, they're more than happy to talk to you. They're really approachable. Tyler is a fantastic guy. Xylo, and it's having that experience, within business, and within, community building, just to reach out and build a relationship. They're just a fantastic group. Yeah. Great to work with.
Yeah. The community seems pretty good. To be honest, like they're fairly accessible. I've found, they've been pretty good with responses and helping out, and it was good to meet them in the flesh. That helps. It helps meeting them. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
Y'all are all talking about being all professional and formal and stuff. I send like Craiklin or somebody a link and be like, hey, can you send this to Disco Lando? Because I recorded a song for him. Here's the link. I did do that. I recorded that. It's a true story. I did record for his birthday this year because I couldn't send him a Whataburger package like I did last year. I sent Disco a song. No, I sent it privately because I didn't want y'all to know about that. That was for him. That was for his ears.
His own private.
Wow. Birthday present.
Wow, that's cool. Well, your makeup's pretty professional.
Yeah.
There's nothing plenty professional about that.
I was wondering if you're getting ready for a date. Doing your lipstick on the way into work in the car.
No, I was just touching it up because I'm on another freaking show, man. This is premeditated. This is my professionalism, not her.
Yeah, this wasn't on the schedule, so you can just do
Right.
whatever you want.
Hey, it's
yeah.
good. It's good. We're
Yeah.
having a good time.
It's just a casual hangout.
So
Yeah.
we have just to let everybody know, because I know that Buster the Destroyer's group came in. We haven't a chance to update you that giveaway that's going on right now is incredibly special. It is for and I don't have it shown right now. Let me get that giveaway.
Yeah,
Where
show
is
'em,
it?
man.
Yes, it is. Let's put that up. It is for a JRDF designed, created Cyclone TR trophy, and this is the creation of the trophy kind of as it sort of came into being. And there's only going to be at least they've got 500 of these that are going to be given out and for sale. These are going to be for sale from a merch store during the
I'm just
Hurston
reading.
Locker. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm just reading Cal's messages. So basically, reveal of the actual build, the final production build is going to be on the 23rd of October. Pre-sale is going to begin on the Sunday, the 25th of October. So you'll be able to pre-purchase the first initial batch of those at that point. Yeah, they're going to be a bit over 110 pounds. I think they're going to do final packaging costs included in that. So expect it to be around that, but probably a little bit above that. But they're a sizable model. They're a bit bigger than some of the other models they've put out. I'll be getting a few for giveaways throughout the year because it's going to be pretty important to our community. So yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty awesome. But if you want to get the first ones, you got to do the Hurston Herd Locker and win, and then you can have the very, very first custom version of that model. So yeah, check it out.
That's fantastic. Meanwhile, we're giving away one on stream tonight, and that will I'm sure that the lucky winner will be able to choose between number 21 and 500, and that'll probably go out to them at some point around the time of the Hurston Herd Locker and after.
Right there.
It's shocking. It's so cool. Occasionally we give away things like challenge coins and like prints of
Giving away a
Dr.
lot of
Contrast
spaceships.
things. Yes, a lot of really cool stuff. But this is really, really, truly unique. So very exciting. So make sure you bang ship me to get in on that. Also, we are raising money for the Yacht Club in order to get in as a sponsor for Daymar Rally and the other events for Atmo Esports. So the Hurston Hurt Locker as well as the Stanton Sevens. So very exciting stuff. So if you want to donate and open your wallets and make that happen, it's all going to a great cause, which is Atmo Esports, to push forward esports within Star Citizen and the vision and the bringing of people to the ability, not only bringing people to Star Citizen, but also just really enriching the lives of the players that are in it right now and giving us something to do in the verse. I remember when Daymar Rally first started, there was really nothing to do in the verse other than get in and play, and the player base was so much smaller. At least the standard player base was so much smaller. And when Daymar Rally came in, we had something we could rally around. Forgive the pun, to have things move. And it's been wonderful to see Daymar Rally evolve into Atmo Esports, and then your two new events that are coming out. And I remember seeing your event list for next year, and I mean it's enough to fill up a calendar on its own.
Well, it is. It is a calendar on its own.
Can I share that, or is that possible?
Go for it. It's some of those dates will still be to confirm, but most of that is pretty much locked in. Yeah, no, go for it. Stanton 7, you'll notice on there, the events are kind of color coded. So you'll see some of the gray events are practice runs. Stanton 7 is going to fill up a fair chunk of that calendar. So if you are interested in sponsoring, Stanton 7 is a good one to sponsor because you get 3 months worth of basic advertising. You'll see it's a massive chunk of the year. Daymar Rally is obviously listed there in orange. We've got a couple of Atmo Esports special video days with me in it, talking about random stuff and bits and pieces. So you can tune in for that, ask me some questions. We'll talk about what's coming up because we've got a few announcements around some of the partnerships we've done of late. So check that out. Hurston Hurt Locker's up there. But yeah, look at Stand 7 there, right in the middle.
That's
7
amazing.
rounds, qualifying round. It's going to be...
Wait. Daymar Rally's on my birthday.
Oh!
What?
right?
What?
Well, we
It's
we
my
got 12,
birthday.
12 hours. We got 12 hours of your birthday. We'll be streaming that. So
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
that's a free. Is that a free VIP ticket?
I think someone's trying to get
is what
one.
it
Yeah.
Daymar rallies on my birthday.
I think we need to call you up like
Buster's
Make-A-Wish
not in this
Foundation
team,
and say,
Stim.
you know, what's the one thing you'd like to do on your birthday that we can make possible?
Stim, you've got the wrong scene up.
Do
You
I have
only
the
got
wrong
3 people
scene?
up here.
Oh yeah,
You got the
hold on
wrong
a sec.
scene.
And solved. Now, there we go.
Yeah,
See?
I just want to win the Daymar rally on my birthday. Can you just have them all throw the fight there?
Hey man, I haven't seen your registration come in.
Yeah.
Got to register first.
I would not. I would be one of those people. I would never get together enough to ever do the Daymar rally.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
be
a
like,
tough.
it's
tough year
organizing
for
your
it.
people and having a team, you know. And
Yeah.
I'd be like, y'all suck. I just want to win. Bye.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'd argue
Yeah, we
with
have some.
everybody.
Yeah, there's some seriously hardcore teams that come out to all those practice events we have. Scar Imperium and a bunch of those guys. Sanji Sama's crew and Kuroda. They practice so much and they spend so much time, navigating rocks and terrain, just trying to understand the best and fastest way to do it. So yeah, you'll lose.
Yeah. I will lose.
It does take
all
hours and
of them.
hours behind the wheel of a cyclone.
Oh man.
Many hours to get good at it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm good at sweet jumps.
Sweet jumps. Yeah.
But
there's a
even
couple sweet jumps.
Xylo's like kind of like the sweet jump guy now.
I wanna do a video in response to those sweet jumps. I was talking to Freedom about filming me doing some sweet jumps in reply. We'll try and find some time to do that. Pretty
So
fun.
much room to do sweet jumps.
Jumps are the most fun. That's what we do a lot of in the shenanigans with the yacht club. Is we just try to find some great places to just go jump off of and get as much air
Yeah.
as we can.
Yeah.
I have
really good locations.
at some point I posted like on it's one of the few things I ever posted on Spectrum, and it's like a thread where I'm talking about how I miss the crater at Perlman that used to be at Perlman before some of the V4 updates, right?
Yep.
And I was like talking about like, you know, I raised that freaking crater. I took it to school. I taught it to ride a bike. like I try like the few times I post on Spectrum about something like that, I'm always like, I'm gonna do the most ridiculous post because at least if a dev's reading it, like if they're never gonna respond to it or take it seriously, at least it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And it'll stick
100%.
in their minds. Get yourself some rent, you know,
Yeah.
your brains. I believe. in
Yeah.
that.
All right.
yeah.
Well, let's get ready to close out that giveaway because I think that giveaway's been going for quite
Ooh.
some time. Guys, are you
We're
ready?
giving
Are
things.
you ready?
This
Wait,
is
what are we giving
exciting.
away?
This is
This is the
This is a
Tumbrel
thing, right?
TR
Cyclone model. Yeah.
Cyclone
Yeah.
model. This is
Cyclone model,
amazing.
that's
Get
what we
in
were
if you're not
just
in
talking
on
about.
it.
throw it
Let
up.
me see.
up
You
there
know what?
again,
What's
Tim.
the- what's the
I'm
command?
getting in on this.
Throw it
Screw
up there
that.
again.
Screw that. We're
Yeah.
not,
What's
there we go.
Shit me? Okay. I better win. Watch me win. Guys, watch me win. Chat, how mad would you be if I won?
Put it back in
Wouldn't that be
there
funny, though?
on the screen.
That would
I
be
figured if
very
Shausen
funny.
can get in, I saw him get in. I'm like, I can get in. Come
What
on.
are we giving away? Oh, I just won it. Yeah.
I'm
cool.
gonna channel all of my wins right now.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's give it away. Come on. Come on. It's
Ship
exciting.
me. Ship me. Ship
Dang,
me.
ship me. How can you not get in on it? Giveaway
Give
closed.
me the thing.
Giveaway is closed.
Okay, it's closed. Go Team
got it.
Knight. Come on,
Drum roll.
Knightster.
Gonna get it.
Damn drum roll.
Give it to me. I'm gonna win.
You don't have one of those.
No,
drum
I'll,
rolls?
Nicer,
I'll,
you know
you know
who's
what? I've been
saying
thinking about hooking up the soundboard. I
yes,
had one at one
please.
point. I'll make it happen again. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Giveaway winner. Oh, Orion. Oh,
Dang it.
nice.
Ryan?
Oh.
Welcome. I mean,
Nice.
you're-
Congratulations,
well done,
man.
man. Well done.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very
Woohoo.
cool.
Couldn't remember the
Very
word.
cool.
Congratulations.
Very nice. Well,
That is a big one.
Congratulations, man. Well done.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're
That
not
is
connected to Cor5air directly, connect to me through Discord. Make sure that you're in the Discord chat, and then I'll link up with
He'll
him. We'll
patch
make sure
in.
that he's got your details so we can get that to you when it's time.
Yep. So
Congratulations.
yeah, just remember, it's still gonna go on pre-sale. So shipping of that will be a little bit past.
Wonky donkey.
It'll be in November. It'll be late November, I think. That'll be shipped out. So yep.
Ooh, Thanksgiving gift. Ooh.
Mhm, mhm.
Why aren't there Thanksgiving gifts where you just bring people like pieces of food
There's-
that they
there's no
would
Thanksgiving
normally
here.
eat on
We
Thanksgiving?
don't have any of that. I get
Well,
nothing.
one day,
I
if
get
you're
nothing.
ever, if whenever COVID's over, and if you're ever in Tejas during Thanksgiving, come
Otherwise,
over.
I have
and get
nothing
a
to give
plate.
thanks for.
You know,
Damn straight.
you have
I'll
nothing
come
to
over.
give thanks for. Wow, that went dark really quickly. I was going to say we could be because we don't want to turn Thanksgiving into thanks receiving like we've done with Christmas.
That's fair. I would be a game. Like you just bring over like food that you would never eat on Thanksgiving,
Just-
and see
just
who
bring-
wins by bringing like who
bring
brings the
beer, coffee,
most
beer.
Yeah.
off the wall thing.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I love
Yeah.
that.
All right, so why don't we move into questions? Remember, we still have the Patreon giveaway to do, so we'll move into questions.
Well, that's right.
We're going to do the Patreon giveaway. Now, the Patreons, that's not something that you can get in on as someone that's watching. You actually have to be a Patreon to the channel. Can we put the link into Patreon? You won't be able to get in on this giveaway, but you will be able to get in on the next one. We only take out the taxes and then a tiny little bit to make sure that we are legal, so that this giveaway kind of goes back to you guys. Yep, and then we give back in ships.
What is it? Overhead, technical overhead, clerical overhead.
Yep.
Well,
like
we take everything we
Administration
get.
fees.
Well,
Yeah,
you know what?
admins.
Everything we
I like
do
that.
outside of the taxes goes straight back to the community. We just realized that if it was for a fixed group of people, and if we didn't take some out, then technically that's basically organized gambling.
Yeah.
So we're like,
Yeah,
oh,
Oh
That's
yeah,
bad.
huh?
You probably don't
Yep,
need to
yep.
go too much into detail with that, Stim.
no, I
It's
know.
another-
So that's why we changed it. That's
Let's
why we
not
changed
talk about it.
Just give it a giveaway. Don't
Well,
dwell on that.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
I don't like to gamble. I just like to throw my money away at male strippers.
right.
One thing I forgot to talk about, Stim, which I'll go
Yeah,
into,
please do.
which comes back to Atmo, is so we've been doing these events and we've got 2 more large events coming on next year. But I know COVID is currently on, so it kind of restricts a lot of movement for people. But in the future, we are currently working towards in-person tournaments for the Star Citizen community. So we are going to hold full convention style tournaments on our own. That's our current goal. We're working towards that. We'll have some parts of our events that we host. We'll do that live in a live LAN environment, stage, podium, trophies on the day, the whole thing. So we're currently working towards that now. We're preparing for that now so that we can do that once the world's in a state to be able to handle it. Plus, I'm in Australia, so I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck down here on this island.
Yeah.
So once I'm be able to get back in, and we're looking at doing it in LA, and hopefully we'll get over to the UK as well. So yeah, we're just
Texas.
working on that. Yeah, sure.
So is Australia kind of like the Klesher of Star Citizen?
Australia's an island.
It's the prison island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Australia's nice.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
that's the joke, right?
Coral
So well, no,
fish.
there's history to that. Of
Prison
course,
colony.
I lived
That's
in
what he's
Australia
saying.
for
That was
nearly
saying.
4 years,
Oh.
guys.
That was 200 years ago.
Australia is
I was
wonderful.
talking more about everything trying to kill you.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Although
it's like
There's
murder.
fish.
It's murder. It's Murderland.
You
The
know-
fish try to kill you.
you know
the
what, though,
bugs try to kill you. The
if
animals
you
try to kill
live
you.
there and you're anywhere near the CBD, like in the city,
Oh,
you
back.
may never even see a a spider or a snake that's
I want to see all the
Yeah.
animals.
that's poisonous or venomous rather.
The
Yeah,
drop
there's
bears are
plenty of.
scary.
Yeah, drop bears are dangerous. There's plenty of ways to die here. Yeah.
If you haven't
Yeah,
heard of a
there's-
drop bear, it's
I mean-
it's a joke that koalas fall out of trees and land on you and kill you.
Yeah, it's a camping joke mostly. Yeah.
You want to hear
I
something
love
really?
the drop bears.
Y'all want to hear something real wild? Okay, there's a tick. There's a breed of tick called the Texas tick, the Lone Star tick, and I think it's from Texas. And if it bites you, it's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna mess up with you. But the bite of that after it's bitten you and sucked on you for a while, it will make you not desire beef anymore.
Oh, it'll make you a vegetarian.
I've
Yeah,
never
it
heard of that.
literally.
Wow.
Yeah, it's almost like it
That
makes
is
you allergic to beef. Like it's like it gives you like basically a beef
Texan,
allergy.
that would be hell.
It's like a
That-
social
Yeah.
justice
yeah.
warrior.
Isn't
evil.
it? Isn't it like
Yeah.
ironic? Don't you think?
Yes.
I can't
It's like,
go back to
what?
Texas anymore.
Well,
Can't
you
go-
know,
I can't risk
it's
it.
not
I can't
like
risk
really
that.
common.
No, you can't
I mean,
risk it.
I've never met anybody that's had that happen to him, but I've read
R-
stories, and I'm
Yeah,
just
The
like,
risk
"Oh."
is too high.
But there's
The
so
risk
many-
is too high.
There's so many people that
I mean,
won't go to
but-
Australia because of the risk of bugs. Yeah.
Maybe if you're trying to really
Yeah,
hard to
we'll
be
go to
vegan,
Australia
but you
'cause
can't
everything's deadly.
resist.
Okay, you just gotta Just go to New Zealand though, because they don't have any snakes or any like dangerous things of
Nothing-
any kind.
Snakes are
They,
beautiful.
they only have hobbits.
They have
I love
dangerous
Yeah.
hobbits. Yeah, we got to watch out for those. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's our neighbor. If you want to be safe, you can just go there. It's another close island.
I just thought of a
Yeah.
joke, but I'm not gonna say it on y'all's stream. I'll
Okay,
tell it to you
okay.
later.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Let's dive into some of the questions that we have. So this one is definitely for you, Cor5air. So this comes from Jad. He asks via the website: is Atmo Esports planning to do any non-land racing?
No.
So definitely for the near future, short to
Yeah,
midterm.
I'll elaborate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love ground racing. I think there's already organizations out there that do a lot of space racing. I think that was one thing that made us kind of unique at the start, is that we were doing the ground racing because there wasn't a lot of that around. So we love it, and that's where we want to stay at this point in time. But obviously, you'll see that we have moved to other events that are combat focused as well. So Hearst and Hurtlock is very combat focused, but also combines ground vehicles in that. But I think you'll find Fight or Flight will be our first foray into something that's kind of similar, that has a little bit of the aerial stuff in it. But no actual space racing on the horizon at the moment. But like Jerome was talking about before, inter-system racing is something that we have thought about in the past. So never say never. Like I'm always thinking about event opportunities and things like that. But at the moment, yeah, we're sticking to that kind of realm. We enjoy it first and foremost. Plus, we're good at it. We understand how it works. So yeah, we love it. We love the ground stuff.
Great.
We love it.
Great. You know, I'd love eventually to see, esports in every aspect of Star
Yeah,
Citizen.
yeah.
Whether it's Sadaball, or
Yep.
Oh, Sadaball,
everything.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's a story.
yeah. I think
and a half.
I think Fight or Flight will be our first foray into kind of mixed event ship types, vehicle types, and yeah.
Well, one of the things we haven't even spoken about is, exactly, everybody thinks that Daymar Rally, if they don't know about it, is just a race where, you go from checkpoint to checkpoint. It's a really long race. It's kind of like, the Dakar Rally, that endurance race.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that people may not know is after the first checkpoint, it's weapons free, right?
Yep.
And do you want to explain the rules a little bit so people can understand kind of how involved in that? Because it's not just basic racing, which of course is really fun, but this is it's combined arms. It's kind of where what's it called? Theaters of War kind of wants to go, but in a racing format.
Yeah. So that's very true. So we've actually brought forward the limit on when weapons can be fired. So we've actually brought it forward to much earlier in the race to try and create a little bit more entertainment on the broadcast. So there will be another release of the rule book, but I'm pretty sure the current rule book actually has it stated when the weapons go hot now, because I think we tried to do it in a few practice events earlier this year. But it'll be soon after the start line. You'll be able to fight each other. You won't have to wait the full 90 kilometers to shoot each other. But mostly because at that point, most of the pack is split up so much that you don't see that many people. Sometimes you do, but you don't come across as many people. Although we did have a couple of rovers have some decent combat well within the race in the last rally, but basically we want to bring that entertainment level up, and we want to create a little bit more combat earlier to kind of figure out who's winning. And so teams are made up of up to 4 people. You can run it solo, or you can run it with up to a 4-person crew, because it's extremely important to have a support team with you. You also have the option for a co-driver and a co-support pilot, so you can have like a little bit of a support team there. You are able to, if you in the future, when we've got a few more mechanics in, you'll be able to restock and repair and try and keep your vehicle afloat as long as you can for the duration of the rally. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, combat's included. We're going to have more checkpoints when repair and refuel is in as well. You'll see a few extra checkpoints, so that solo races also have more of an opportunity. Those checkpoints will have the functions of repair and refuel included, so that solo people can try and compete against the teams, because we do always have a couple of solo people who try to do the entire thing on their own, and it's a difficult thing to do. So, but there's a rule book. Go to the website, download the rule book. It's like, I don't know, what is it? It's large, 24 pages or whatever. Yeah.
I saw something in chat here and I wanted to raise it because I thought it was really good. Senji Sama asks, is there going to be any kind of Tonk division in the future?
Yeah, we've had this question a few times. I'm pretty sure Sanji already knows the answer to that. But yeah, look, we'll see. Obviously, there's other ground vehicles like the Ballista is already in, but they don't really suit the rally. We have talked about military division. We've also talked about a military version of the Hearst and Hurtlocker as well. But I think Tonks and Ballistas might actually be better suited to something like fight or flight. But once the Tonks are in, we'll test it because there's options for a military division there as well.
Yeah.
That question has been asked since we first started,
Since inception.
since the Tonk was first out. Yeah, and ROCs, which just dropped as well. So we included the ROCs in a recent race, and then they may actually become part of our Grey Cat social event
nice.
as well.
Yeah. I think it's great that you're looking at what is going to be fun. You're not just putting something together for the sake of putting it together. You're making sure that people are going to have a great time and have that event because you're doing events on such a large scale. So that's great.
Well, I have to think about it like that because it is a long race, so there needs to be entertainment value for people. The last rally, I think we're entertaining people. I think it was popular. I think people stuck around. I think it was good fun, and I had fun.
Definitely. Those are the reports that I kept getting as well. Our next question comes via Twitch from Mystic Star. Thank you for asking this question, Mystic. So this one also is for you, Cor5air. How is force reaction going to affect vehicles, you think, in the race?
Yeah, look, anything that's environment based or anything that can affect the physicalized components and those kinds of things as well. All of that, we're just happy to have to spice it up. But to be honest, we don't have there's not a lot of stuff that's in. We're doing it on such a bare bone thing, so I welcome force reactions to be included in that. I think we're going to see quite a bit of force reaction type stuff from the Hearst and Hurtlocker. I think that's going to affect that race more than the rally. To be honest, I think the Hearst and Hurtlocker will have a lot of results from force reaction. But we're running the rally in particular on such a bare bones kind of system at the moment where we don't have refuel, we don't really have repair. Medical gameplay is basic at the moment. The tire, like the vehicle strength has been increased. There's so many things that we don't have. We can't really carry a lot of supplies around to replace stuff. Component stuff you can't replace components on the fly. We're just missing so much stuff. So just imagine the kind of entertainment we can add to it when we've got a full range of systems included. So,
and do you?
But force reactions is interesting, Mystic. But I don't think you'll see much of that in the rally unless you have an idea. But I think Hearst and Hurtlocker it'll affect it quite a lot. But
and then what if, I mean, since we don't have a roadmap that's really effective to us, we don't know what CIG is really working on. We can't see their sprints like they're planning to give to us. What if all of a sudden medical gameplay comes in a month before, let's say, Daymar rally, and people can start repairing each other? I was trying to think of do you worry about, not worry, or how do you react when some kind of emergent gameplay that grossly affects things like changing of the topology of the race course? How do you react to those?
It's very easy actually because it's so gradual. Everything's so gradual. Like you'll get a patch and you might get one thing that kind of may affect the rally or not, or may affect the Hearst and Hurtlocker or not. So we usually have a practice run that's based around that particular feature, and we usually try that. And we've got a lot of time to play with that. Medical would be an example of that. The ROC is an example of that, where we put it in, try it, check the speeds, check what it does. Terrain's a perfect example of that. Less rocks is amazing. To be honest, there was so many bloody rocks, so I'm really glad that they're very sparse now. But I used to look at, especially at the very beginning, I used to look at the roadmap and go, okay, yeah, look. And even when we did the Daymar rally, the first thing I looked at was the roadmap, and it had everything in there. It had repair, it had salvage, it had refuel, it had Planet Tech in there, it had what did it have? It had server meshing in there. All of that was in that first big roadmap, and was planning on some of those things at the very beginning foolishly, and now I haven't got any of those. None of that. And this is like 3 years on. To say that it's gradual is an understatement, because I'm not trying to be negative against the game. Like, I thoroughly enjoy it, and I think we're very lucky to be able to do what we're doing within this.
Changing perspectives and timelines.
Yep.
Stimmy, you left off a very important part of Mystic's question. She was actually asking about how the force reactions would affect loading vehicles into ships.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that part. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Mystic.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking about here exactly? Because
So it's loading
flying around with
vehicles
having
into
a lot of
ships.
vehicles in the ship.
Sorry,
when we're
Mystic.
transporting,
flying
Sorry
sure.
about that.
Yeah, and I don't even know if that's necessarily affecting us right now. We're just getting the first iteration with the people moving around, but eventually CIG has said that when you're flying around with vehicles inside ships, then if they're not properly loaded, then you might have some issues with that.
Yeah, because there'll be rules around what vehicles can actually be included on the grid inside something that has cargo capacity. So there will be a certain amount of vehicles that will be completely unaffected by that. But yeah, it's a great question, because a lot of the people, a rule is that you can just take as many vehicles as you can afford. So you can put in, if you can fit 30 Cyclones into a Hercules, you can try. But yeah, force reactions is definitely going to have a huge impact on that kind of setup.
Right.
And anyone just walking around inside a ship, I would assume support craft is constantly moving at low altitude, moving a lot. You'll have to probably be permanently seated. A co-pilot will have to be permanently seated most of the time, I'd imagine. Yeah, good question, but I think most people will probably be okay, because the amount of vehicles they take may sit on a cargo grid, but it will restrict people from packing up a Hercules with unvalidated cargo grid extra vehicles, I guess. Yeah,
we've got a number of questions here. Let's try and do a lightning round on the next couple. This is for all the cast. Which 100 series ship is your favorite, and why? This comes from Jay the Brown via the website.
135C, because it's for musicians.
They did say that, didn't they? That's my favorite one as well, simply because of the whole cargo aspect. I think it has the most value.
The
Same.
blue on it too.
Yeah, honestly, I'm the same. If I can run cargo in a small ship and create money from it.
I like the black on the 125, and it's nice having the extra missiles. But the I think the 135 is my favorite. I think I'm probably going to end up getting both. I mean, I've got the 135, but I'll probably get a 125 too.
I've got.
I just assumed you'd have everything.
It's a common myth.
I always assume with Jordan that he has everything touring related, like everything.
Oh yeah, sure.
How's it going?
Hey, Zylo.
Hey mate, how you doing?
Good to
there's
see
lots
ya.
of badass shirts in here.
Yeah,
I'll have to send you another license request soon, Zylo. Just a heads up on that.
We were talking
There you
about
go.
Zylo.
I've got a bone to pick with you, Jordan, because when the 100i was on and it was being it was first released, they were saying that it was the a size 2, right, with the size 3 fixed point. And I immediately said, well, could it be size? You're saying a size 3. You're like, no, wait, size 3. It's got to get nerfed. Like, well, what if it's just size 2 for the gimbals, and size 3 for the as the hard point? So for fixed, you're like, no.
Which is how it's come out. But I mean, it still seems like it's a little bit overgunned for a starter ship. But
yeah, fair enough.
It seems like it's intended. So I'm not unhappy that it's got better guns. Like, of course.
It's good value.
It seemed like a big jump from 2 size 1s to 2 size 3s.
Yes, it is a big jump. We have a poll up right now, so go ahead and put in your decision on what you think is your most
top
favorite.
of chat there.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I think the 135C is going to win. Prove me wrong.
Well, we've got I've got a sneak peek on the jerseys coming up.
Sure.
Which. Can you throw that image up? Because what we're doing for next year, and something we haven't done in the past, is we're going to include female versions of the jerseys as well. Which I know, like I know,
Nice.
Fenwen tried. She ordered her own version of the previous Daymar Rally jersey she ordered 10 for the females in the community. So, and it was something that I was trying to do all on my own at that point in time, or organize all the merch myself. So it gets quite expensive. But this year, we've been able to include that a little bit easier. So we've got, we will have a jersey for each of our events in a female cut too. So just for all the females out there.
Can you
and
send me
Stim's
that
got
link
a little
again?
version of.
Can you
Yeah,
send-
sure, I'll find it. Yep.
Even just that image
So-
would be good.
Yeah, I'll just chuck it in here for you. There you go. So yeah, we're still gonna. This is just a sneak peek. We're not
that's
gonna.
nice.
We've got a whole bunch of stuff coming out. This is just
wow,
our
those are
first
great.
cut, and you can you'll be able to put your gamer tag on your jerseys this time as well, which is
Oh,
cool.
wow.
So
Ooh,
That
so
was
that's
nice.
also included.
Can
Yeah.
we buy these?
those are sharp.
Yeah, we're going to release these closer to rally day, but yeah, and going to have a chat to the team at CI and see if we can include some manufacturer logos on this as well as our sponsors. Kind of similar to what we've done in the past, so I've got to submit some approvals for that. But this, even if we don't, we'll stick to the rules and we'll still release something. So this is where we're at the moment.
Yeah, those are
so
really
we're
nice.
very like some female merch is always something I've wanted to include, but it's only really been affordable up until now. So yeah, it's gonna be cool because I know there's a few out there that participate. We've got a few participants, female
So you're,
participants.
you're doing all this through the Meta site?
Yeah, it's all through Meta. Yeah, so we're actually talking to a designer and getting this done. So yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, very nice.
cool.
Zyla, y'all should look at Meta for your merch. Seems to be a good worldwide solution.
Yeah, Meta Threads is very, very good.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm happy with them. Very happy with them. So yeah, a few people have seen that as well. So, but we're keeping all of our other shirts and jackets and sweaters and hoodies and all kinds of stuff secret until we release it on the merch days. So, you haven't seen everything yet. So yeah.
So, Zyla, why we have Cor5air on the show is not just because he's an amazing guy, but we've been working really hard to make sure that that his event gets shown and has just the success that it has each year. Last year, doing the VIP ships, just such an amazing experience, and it's just such a great opportunity to actually thank you, Cor5air, for putting together what you're doing for the community and making it happen.
Oh, I enjoy it too much. I enjoy it way too much.
Community.
You enjoy it way too much to accept the appreciation.
Yeah,
I hear that, man. I do.
struggle a lot with that. Yeah, like I get a lot out of it from the community and the team that we have, and it's just fun. Like it's just so much fun. And obviously, I'm just trying to make the most of the current, versions of Star Citizen and just do whatever we can within the current build because I really believe in the game and I think it's going to be a very fantastic game. So I love it. I love our crew.
Show? We got room for one more.
Yeah, Zylo, if you want to do it,
And
we can have you jump on.
Come on and talk with Cor5air for a few minutes.
Yeah, man, let's have a chat.
And see if I can give.
If you got time,
do you want to connect him up with
I think you were just streaming.
with the details?
He just finished streaming. He's got to get up. And,
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah,
we thought we'd take a chance at it. Okay, so
Buster did it though. Buster just jumped off stream and came in. I don't see why you can't.
yeah. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, so did Weedle. Weedle got up for this. Weedle,
Yeah.
Oh, well, she's mad. She's grounded you about it, Tyler.
Diving into the next question. So Ed or Season Star asks a question. He says there was an issue with Gilded. Was that solved?
That's a very broad question. An issue.
Okay, well, maybe you don't know about it. I don't know about it either. So I was just curious if that was relevant.
I had early on before we kind of migrated some of our stuff over. And I think I had some issues around my location and where I was. But I think part of that's also my system as well. It's a 5.5-year-old system, and I had intermittent voice connection issues, and it does average out the servers based on the locations of everybody in that channel. So if everyone's from Australia, it'll do an oceanic server.
Gotcha.
I don't know, maybe.
And that is exactly what Ed was trying to get to. The question was actually voice from Australia. I heard was a problem, and I read it kind of funny. Yeah. Yeah,
it's I have had issues in the past. They have done a lot of updates and patches, and it's been pretty good for me so far. But I'm hoping to upgrade my system in the next 3 or 4 months and just waiting on that because I have a pretty average CPU, and I think that's causing me a lot of issues with that in particular. But yeah, what we're trying to do is join Asian server, which is kind of in between the US and Australia to kind of improve that. It seems to have been effective, so we've just been doing that.
All right. Next question comes from Enigmatic Wolf via Twitch. So wonder what an ATSCAV sniper rifle would do to a vehicle.
Not a lot at this point. Yeah.
Yep.
I would bring explosives before I bring a sniper rifle. That's for sure. You check out the Animus. Animus is extremely effective at this point.
The Animus has been very kind of hit or miss for
actually.
Me. Like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
I feel the same. I think last patch though, from the guys that were doing the Hearst and Hurt locker, the Animus was OP. I actually haven't had a chance to do the grenade launcher in there yet, but I'm sure some of our contestants already have.
Yeah, they're not very effective against vehicles. I think the Scourge railgun is still one of the best.
One of the best ones.
Most effective.
We like things happen. Yeah, a lot of the people from their last practice saying that Animus was OP in that environment. So I would bring, that or the railgun over sniper rifle. Yep.
How do you deal with 30K errors during your events?
We deal with 30K errors all the time, and we're very, very good at it.
Just get back in. Just get back in.
With the rally, you would have seen a couple, but we have contingencies for that situation. We have rules around what part of the race we have already achieved and whether we should or should not restart that particular portion of the race. With the Hearst and Hurt locker, we have a very unique angle on this. So basically, we're going to be running solo and duo on separate servers, which means that we can run basically 2 different events at any time we like. So if let's say we've set up the solo and the duo, and the solo has a 30K, we can switch to the duo and do the duo tournament live, and then get the solo ready again. And then when we've finished the duo, go back to the solo. Those kinds of things. But we are very well versed in 30Ks. Maybe the best in the universe.
Part of the game.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure Joran's pretty good at it too. But
anybody who runs regular events, you just and if you have people that train regularly, you just expect it to happen, and you know what to do to just get it going again.
Yeah, and we don't. That's a good point. Like we don't have a lot of negative feedback when it happens. People just know it's going to happen, and it happens. And
part of the alpha.
It's almost not a Star Citizen event if it goes smoothly without a 30K or some kind of crash.
Right. Or people fall through the planet.
And I got to say, we were pretty lucky with the rally. We only had 2 30Ks. We relaunched both those servers, all races on all servers. Kind of completed. One of the rovers servers was racing for a while and 30K, but we only had the 2 out of 8 servers, which is 2 30Ks and 8 servers across 8 hours. Is pretty good.
And your feedback would be interesting. A bigger problem is individual people crashing out and not being able to get back in because the servers are full.
Yeah, there is a lot of disappointed people when it comes to that. Quite often we get the relog and you get back to where you were, and that's kind of the hope you have when you crash out, right? You're like, oh god, is it going to put me back where I was? And it's hit or miss there at that point. Yeah,
that's what's most random, and generally it works pretty well, but sometimes you just can't get back. It took me 20 minutes to rejoin our group the other day. It's like I must have clicked join on friend 500 times. And literally 20 minutes to get back in, and they're all and they're all doing all this fun stuff, and it's like, oh my god, missing out.
Yeah, because the server population's a big part of that too, right? So we roster very specifically, and we fill a server. We launch with a full server. If anyone disconnects and someone pops into that server with that small disconnect time, they're just trying to keep refreshing and trying to get back into the server. So we have that problem as well. Yeah.
If somehow CIG could have a priority to party members, that would change everything about group events, because otherwise it's random getting in.
I heard there was a 10-minute window, but often that's probably not enough time for a lot of the issues. So
Yeah.
It's totally random because
Yeah.
once you crash out, then it's everybody who's queued up to get back into servers. The matchmaker's just throwing anybody in, and like we'll have 3 or 4 people crash out sometimes, and 2 or 3 people can get in easily, and then somebody else is waiting 10, 15 minutes to try to get in.
Well-
I've party led from menu and been in the menu for an entire practice run over 3 or 4 hours, and I wasn't actually in the game. I was just in the party in the menu, and I was able to stay there, do invites, and sort out the party from that without actually being in the game.
Oh, nice.
So I don't think that can happen now, but it has happened.
But hopefully, if we get better server caps, that won't be an issue anymore. And what I don't really want CIG doing is spending time working on things that aren't going to be problems in the future. So, there's always a little bit of that too. We also have a question here saying how are support Daymar Rally crew and the vehicles handled? This is from Lord Styles via Twitch.
How are they handled? So we have like an altitude. Well, so yeah, you sign up your team. There is a particular list of support vehicles you can and can't pick. So that's in the registration form. You can have a look at that at the website right now. You can see what's available. 2 people. Some teams are really great and they pre-prepare their stuff, and we don't have to wait for stuff to be loaded. They just have their stuff pre-logged, which means they've gone and set up their support vehicle with their spare vehicles in it, logged out, and fingers crossed when they log back in, it's still there. And we have had that work more and more over the course of the last year and a half. So as far as preparing spare vehicles in support ships, that's kind of what we try to do, but we do launch ships and then load them up. But on the start of the race, there's an altitude limit for support craft. They can't be in certain areas. And then once the pack splits up, there's really no problems, to be honest. They just go and sit with their team, help their team navigate, because navigation of the support craft is a huge part of it as well. And yeah, hopefully that covers that question. But I haven't had a lot of problems with support craft, to be honest. It's been pretty flawless. They keep to the altitude for the start line to get out of the way of the camera crew and other crew, and then once the pack goes, they just go to their members, and they're pretty right. So yeah.
So His Divine Shadow asks via the website, what features or capabilities would you like to see on a ship like the Reliant Mako to make it viable for covering events in game?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, we currently don't like using the Mako, but one thing that'll make the Mako cool is being able to broadcast the vision that it records to other screens in the universe. So once that's in and we can broadcast to other screens live, we can basically have an in-game live broadcasted, live streamed inside the game to screens inside the universe of Star Citizen, which will make it a pretty viable thing, and we'd be kind of forced to try and use it at that point, because we could do 2 things with it. We could broadcast live with it on stream, and we could also broadcast within the universe. So that would make it a great ship. But it is difficult to use as a camera ship, no doubt.
And what are the difficulties on it as a camera ship? What would, assuming they could get the actual camera component really working nicely with a nice clean raw feed, how would that change it, and what would you do to advise for atmospheric?
I find it difficult. With like a co-pilot and a pilot communicating with each other on direction and camera angles and stuff like that. I find that quite a difficult thing to do when you have a lot more control over the ship, when you've turned your ship into an exterior camera, which is what we normally do, and you're controlling every part of that instantly. Like I find that much easier to do, and that's how we do it now. But once you combine the 2 seats and trying to communicate between the 2 people, it is a bit harder. If the camera on the Mako can be controlled by the pilot as an exterior camera view, then yes, that would be much more viable. But at the moment, it's quite difficult. I know Huntress from Talons, she partnered up with one of her members, and they had like a dual camera ship going during a couple of our events, so they've had a fair bit of practice with that as well. So but yeah, I don't like it at the moment. It needs 2 things. It needs the pilot to be the camera operator, and it needs to broadcast live within the universe.
Yeah, that is very interesting with the having it be the camera that's the operator. I wonder if that's something that CIG has had that kind of feedback before, because really the big events like Daymar Rally is where you're going to get those. Where are you going to get that feedback?
We'll use it a lot if we have something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, neat. Okay, that's really kind of the end of our main base of questions. I think it's time to do the Patreon giveaway. So let's line that one. Yeah.
You
So
get your special spinny wheel of winning.
I do. Boom, there it is.
Oh,
All right.
it's a whole wheel.
It's a whole wheel, and the thing is, you can't read people's names on it because it's so
No, you
small.
can't.
So
You
how
can
how
see,
this
like, two
works?
of 'em. I see Carson.
Yeah,
and
you can read
Caradef.
Carson, you read Caradef. It's a few. You
Yellow,
can read
white.
Shausen. Yeah, and the yellow and
Yeah,
white's not very good.
yellows.
We do this
Who
once
picked these colors?
every 90 days, and it's kind of like an in-house thing, but we want to make it nice and official because that way people can see that it rolls. We're using a bot that does it, and it automatically spits out who the winner is. So if we're ready,
Yeah, we even have a 300 series up there as the winning thingy.
right, we added that last
Old
night. It's a little
school.
bit of flair. Yeah, a little old school one. So this is going to be for a blade, for an Asperia blade that's going out. So
Fury Blade.
now I need to bring up. Oh,
This is for Patreons.
this is for Patreons only.
Good
And-
luck.
Good
Hope
luck,
it goes
everyone.
well. Hope it goes really well for you.
Yeah, and it's a very, very quick roll. So let's make sure we
Yeah.
get that going. There we
Like an
go.
instant spin. It's not like the Wheel of Fortune where it just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning and
All right,
spinning.
here we
and then it's
go.
slowly-
Yeah, I know
over.
that would be the right way to do it, but here it is. No, it's not spinning.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
The anticipation
It was working last night.
is incredible.
Come on. Oh, I'm in the wrong account. Hold on. I know what's going on. I tell you, this producing stuff is not for the faint of heart.
It's a lot of work.
I tell you what, it's real hard to produce a Star Citizen show. They should make shows about propane and propane accessories, Peggy. But Dad, what if somebody wants to show about charcoal? Son,
Here we go.
You got that down.
That got us through.
Oh,
It's fun.
Shausen.
Oh,
Wow.
are you serious?
Yeah.
No, that's a tie. That's a tie. What are you talking
It's
about?
so
Like right on
close
the
to
line.
Carson, Carolina.
just
Oh my
cut the
gosh.
ship in half and give them each a half.
Wow.
Is that a graphical issue? Well, it kicked out the name.
I don't know. It
Kick
Well, I
must.
mean, it tells you who wins at
It-
least. So
you know,
Yeah.
Wow. Well
AI
done. Congratulations,
confirmation
Shausen.
included.
So you don't have to respond in chat, Shausen. That will be just sent to you via email. We'll make that happen. It does take 10 days for the money to clear from Patreon. That's how it works. But then we'll send it out to you straight
And
away.
Shazan, you must have some loot, mate. Jeez.
Yeah, that's a
Hey.
nice one. Now
Yeah,
we do have
the
the
loot machine.
ability. We do have the ability to give away one more ship because it was actually really good. So the question is, do we want to do one more blade, or what do we want to do? Let me go see what the Patreons are voting for. They want to know if a Phoenix is an option. I don't think we have a Phoenix. A 350.
Doc say you have a Phoenix?
I don't know if he does. Unfortunately, he's not here. We should have given it away earlier. Oh, he does say he's got a 2-year Phoenix. Oh, a 3-year Phoenix. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
He says there wasn't a decision, but
do we
let's
have
just do the
do we
Phoenix.
have that room? A Phoenix is 350, correct?
Yeah, that's what we had left.
Is that oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. You guys
Okay.
ready for a Phoenix giveaway? Wow. That's exciting. Okay. You guys ready?
Jeez.
Let's do this. Let's do this. All right.
Woo. Giving away 2 nice ships.
Yeah, here
Yeah.
we go. Here goes a Phoenix.
Spinny, spinny, spinny.
And Ballistic Cowboy. Congratulations. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well done.
He's a regular member of our community.
Cool.
Yeah,
Our
fantastic.
patrons.
Congratulations, Ballistic. That's really good.
Congrats.
So
Giveaways galore today. Giveaways galore.
yeah, we've done, this is 1, 2, 3,
6.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 giveaways. Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Fantastic.
Crazy.
The Daymar trophy though was Daymar rally was that was an amazing one.
Oh,
The
yeah.
cyclone. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be very cool.
It's a
Yeah.
super,
cool.
super special giveaway.
Yeah, because it's super unique. Something.
Yeah, it
super
is. Yep. And it's not the trophy. You don't get the trophy. You don't get the. Just remember that. You don't get
Not
that.
So-
It's not custom painted. You got to paint it yourself.
yeah, I kind of called it the trophy, didn't I? But it's yeah.
No. I'm just being an idiot. Best
All
mate.
good.
Is that a beer?
What is
Yeah,
that, Buster?
it's Bloody Mary pickle beer.
Oh wow, that's a
Ew,
Texan
man.
thing for sure.
That sounds so delicious.
It's super good. Well, to be honest, their spicy
like that
one's way better.
Spicy one.
If
Okay.
you like that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
We don't get pumpkin beer or bloody. You won't get any of that over here.
Oh, I
None of
can't do
that.
pumpkin beer. Last time I had a
God.
pumpkin beer, I like wanted to shoot stuff.
It was probably the wrong kind of pumpkin beer. Like
It was
I
wasn't good.
just I just tried to have one earlier and it was not good. It was not.
Yeah,
not
it's
the-
just pumpkin just shouldn't be in beer. Like, let's just can we all
No,
just
no,
make
no.
this
That was
rule
no.
now?
that was my initial reaction.
Now, there are some that are amazing and there's some that are terrible. And that's just the same with every beer. And it doesn't matter what kind of beer. And same with wine, same with everything else. Like some are terrible and some are fantastic.
The
and
greatest
Shipyard Pumpkin
beer,
Ale is magical. It is magical.
the greatest
and it-
beer of
like
all
crack.
beers, the realest of real, the best of the
Steinerbach?
best. No, it's Weihenstephaner.
Oh. I'm
It
with
sounds
you
like
right
it's
there.
that's got a lot of wheat in it. It sounds like it's very wheaty.
Weihenstephaner is 99 points on the beer advocate scale. It is the best rated Hefeweizen in the world from one of the oldest breweries
See,
in the
it's
world.
literally the best. I was right.
I don't disagree. I do not disagree. But I love the spices that are in the
Okay.
in the shipyard. It's an amazing beer. I have a crack addiction to the spice, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and ginger and allspice, and that combination of spices are like crack to me. And Shipyard has just the perfect blend, and it's like
It's like having
Nice.
good coffee.
So
You don't have good coffee in America.
well, we're getting
we
flat
have
whites.
I
Are you?
drink
Yeah, we
European
are.
style coffee.
I'm in Canada. We're
have-
getting
I
flat
have-
whites
I
here
have
at
an
least.
espresso. I
Which
have
is
an
nice.
espresso.
Yeah.
that's
A what?
really-
A flat white? A white tidy? What?
So
An Australian coffee.
yeah, do you want to describe it? Because I would just describe it saying it's coffee first. Milk first, coffee second.
It's like a cappuccino but without the froth and no dusting. It's just the flatness is the foam is like nothing on top. It's just a really thin layer of
Where'd you find
almost
that?
nothing.
That
Oh,
sounds
it's so
nice.
tasty.
Yeah,
Just
it's
get
very
straight
nice.
to the
I'm all about-
coffee, man.
It's
I
my
get a triple
favorite.
shot, quad shot, just go nuts on that.
I use a Nespresso, not espresso, but a Nespresso.
Yeah,
machine.
Nespresso is if you can't get a really nice like proper espresso machine, Nespresso is the way to go, and that's what I've got. I think it's
I
fantastic.
think Starbucks. Not that I drink Starbucks, but I think Starbucks is bringing in the flat white across the world.
Oh,
I think
nice.
so that's how good it is, and it comes
Yeah.
from here.
Yep.
I need the foam. I am all about the microfoam.
Oh man,
like
I
the
just want
Vie-
the
I like
coffee
Vienna
hit.
style
the
cup
thing
of coffee
is, like,
with ice cream in it.
Jordan, if you think of like drip coffee with milk in it, take that. It's that same concept, but instead of drip coffee, it's a proper espresso. But it doesn't have it
It
doesn't.
is.
Yeah, you think of the microphone. It's the way that the milk is just so beautifully blended in with the espresso.
Perfect stim.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's exactly what it is.
Like it's perfect. It's perfect. Nobody should ever make coffee ever again.
Now that's why I
Yeah,
want a flat
100%.
white right now.
Coffee's been canceled because we've peaked.
Go.
I had
Right.
I had 2 triple shots before this show. I had 2 triple
There you
shots
go.
before. I had to
What
do some
time of day is
driving,
it
but
for you? It's like daytime, right?
it's 3 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
At 5:00 p.m., I took about 4 or 5 swigs from this Red Bull. I hope I can
yeah.
sleep tonight.
It's midnight here.
So
You should get some decaf for your Nespresso.
Is it,
That's what I.
is it midnight there? Is it?
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry, this beer's like got me like.
So-
1 a.m. over here.
we do have one more question that's really fitting. So this
Ooh.
one is for Buster the Destroyer to start off with.
Uh-oh.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how drunk are you on the panel? And how happy are you with 311? And how likely are you to have to suggest that Lord Styles comes on the stream next week?
Okay, so first question is how drunk am I? I'd say I'm like a 3 because I'm just having the one beer. As far what was the next question? It was how to 311. 311. I give it like an 8. It's better than I expected, and because I would have expected to give it like a 6 or a 7. You know, kind of an average score. And then Lord, who was it? Lord
Lord
Styles.
Styles.
11.
11.
We take this to
Turn
11.
the dial to 11. I like it. I
You
like it.
see these other blokes be playing at 10, but you know we got ours goes one louder.
Yeah.
So there you
I
go.
love it. I love it. Jordan, how about you for the first two parts of that question? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how drunk are you? We're all drinking. This is the problem. Myself,
I had a little bit of wine and I had a little bit of Bailey's earlier,
But
so I had decaf espresso with Bailey's.
Oh my God, are
Okay,
you
so you
my
have had
Aunt
some.
Thelma? Sorry, Aunt Thelma, is that you?
Decaf espresso with Bailey's.
That's good.
She's either drinking wine or she's drinking Bailey's. If
Right.
it's morning, she's drinking coffee.
They're both good. Yep. No, I just had a
Hey,
little
Bailey's
bit of.
goes well in coffee.
I couldn't resist. I had a little bit
It
of
does, once in a
Sauvignon
while.
Blanc there because I didn't want to dive into my my shipyard pumpkin spice.
Mhm.
I'm going to be rationing that over the next several months. I've only got a case and a half left, unless I can find some somewhere. That's my quest for tomorrow. My big mission is find more shipyard.
I'm an Australian that isn't drinking, which is I think there's only 4 Australians that don't drink.
Yeah. Almost one in each major territory.
yeah.
They're
Yeah, I'm
going to
out
banish
there somewhere.
you to New Zealand.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I'm banned from many places now. Yeah, not good.
All
I have to
good.
apply for permits.
Get off the island.
So
I'm banned from a few places, but let's not talk about it.
Oh, I have a very funny story about Austin, but I'm not gonna do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. No.
Okay,
We'll
okay,
talk about the
okay,
stories
all right.
later.
No, it's really bad. It's really
okay,
bad.
we'll save it for the
Yeah.
next time then. We'll save it for the next time.
Yeah.
Guys, I think that's probably the end of the show. Let's just talk very quickly about what's upcoming for the rest of the week. The Inside Star Citizen season is off at the moment, so we don't have an Inside Star Citizen coming up. But there is something happening on Star Citizen Live on Friday. I didn't get a chance to write down what it was, but it did seem kind of interesting. On Thursdays, that's tomorrow, because we are now, as Yacht Club SC, we are pushing for partner over the next 30 days. So we want everybody to come and join us if you can. That would be fantastic. I'm going to be there tomorrow night, and I'm going to be there Monday night in order to support the crew. I think Jordan's going to be running things on Saturday by himself. I will drop in if I can, if I'm available. And we are pushing for partners. So we want everybody to come and join us so that we can get those numbers.
We're going to be doing shenanigans. It's going to be a fun time in the verse. We're going to have a bunch of people run around with probably cyclones and spaceships and grenade launchers and all kinds of other stuff. And there will be explosions. There'll be lots of death. There'll be lots of laughter. And yeah, come join us for the fun. Come join us for the stream. And yeah, pushing for partners so we can get more fun emotes.
And Friday, Star Citizen Live goes in depth with the narrative team in a pre-election roundtable on Twitch.
Ooh.
Sounds interesting.
We're
Cool.
going to talk about the candidates. I've already had.
So
I've seen the posters. The posters
are cool.
Yeah.
It's funny. We spoke about this last week. With everything that's going on, in both Canada and the U.S. With elections. I can't speak. It's one of those things where just the timing is just kind of wrong for us. We're just kind of like politics drained, and so for me, the last thing I want to see in Star Citizen is politics right now. So it's just not my favorite thing. But for those of you that are stoked about it, please enjoy that, because I think getting involved in the formation of the verse and what's happening is really important.
The capital needs to move to Terra.
And it's important to mention that Saturday, though, is like the anniversary. Like that's when CitizenCon would have happened.
It is the birthday. Yeah, and
I think we should all expect something, even if it's just a little 5-minute video or something. Like I think we should all keep our ears perked that day.
That's a really good point.
They've said that there's some surprises, but they've tried to play down our expectations. But it's the birthday, and it's whatever we didn't get CitizenCon for, so we need to get something.
What we do
Don't
know,
let us down, CIG.
what we do know is that there's going to be no like panels. We know there's no sort of in-game con equivalent.
They should put Tony Z in front of a camera for an hour, and that would make it all fine.
I literally said
It
that
would
on
make up for
Captain's
all of
Table
it.
like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Funny
I'm
thing
like,
is,
everybody
like-
would freak out if they just put Tony Z on like.
Everyone would
30
just calm down, listen to Tony,
Yeah.
and walk out and be chill, and that would have got everything they need.
It would be self-care for the
We would-
community.
They should
Tyler, if
honestly
you're
just
still there, that is all we
just
need.
give
is
Tony a
Tony's empty.
computer that has access to their back-end servers, one person to maybe help source files for him, and just
He doesn't
like
even
let him
need it.
just
He doesn't
talk
even
for
need
as
anyone.
long
Just
as he
let him
wants to.
Talking. You just let him talk,
You know,
and the community will be happy. And that is
Yeah.
the one thing that we would be thrilled with.
Oh my god.
It would make it all okay.
There needs
Chris,
to be like.
Chris would be get scared, but yeah.
You know how like you watch like a TV show, like you're into a TV show and you go like look up like a character from the TV show on YouTube, and there's like all these videos that some probably teenage girls have made of like them like, oh, like this is set to music and it's clips of the character you love. I swear, I'm surprised there's not one of those with Tony Z, like just like touching moments with Tony Z or something.
so would you
I'll
would you
stand him so
subscribe to his
hard.
TikTok account?
Wait, he's
Totally.
a TikTok?
Shit, yeah.
What?
Of course I
No
would.
way.
Yeah, Jonathan says, Buster, you need to make that.
Wait, who has a TikTok account?
I doubt he has a TikTok account.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're telling me to make this on TikTok. Oh,
He doesn't-
okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't have time for
just make
TikTok.
that,
Give me a
make
second
that video
to get there.
about Tony Z.
Yeah,
He should just have his own 24-hour stream channel where we just watch everything that he does all the time.
yeah.
You don't know if I had a TikTok
he's
all
so
like
eccentric.
about CIG employees, it would just be full of Disco Lando content constantly.
Yeah.
Like you
yeah,
guys know
yeah.
me. Come on.
Disco's built for TikTok. It's perfect for TikTok.
Oh my god, it's perfect in so many ways
When-
beyond TikTok. Okay.
Yeah,
When- When I used to do a lot of skydiving, the guy that owned the drop zone, just a really amazing guy, Gary Butchart is his name. He would have this amazing way of explaining things, and he was also an eccentric character. But the way he explained things are awesome. So we would half joke and half want to know the answer, and we'd ask him really really base questions like Gary, why is the sky blue? And he would just go off for like an hour on why the sky is blue, and you're half laughing because the fact that he actually took you seriously and is answering it, and you're half like enraptured to the story. And I couldn't imagine just Tony Z having a channel, and we would just go and ask certain things like, if you were gonna build a dynamics economy, how would you do that? It doesn't even have to be Star Citizen related, just something that is really interesting. And just to hear him go off and off would be great.
Yeah.
Yep, that would be fine with me.
Okay, so I do have a question as far as Hearst and Hurt Locker comes up. So this weekend on Saturday, 8 p.m. Is 8 to 9 p.m. Is that Pacific time?
UTC.
UTC. Okay. So what does that translate through to?
Y'all are still here when I get back.
Sure. What does that translate through to?
I think it's like 5 p.m. or something. I'm not sure. It's 6 a.m. for me. So I get up at 5 a.m. and get ready for that. But I actually have no idea what it is for different Americans.
It is 1 p.m.
English
1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m.
or our Swedish
Eastern.
contingent or our German contingent. Have you got a full list of times? I don't have that.
I don't have a full list, but I did the
I'm kidding.
I did the PT.
I used to do is in the early days, and then a community member called Chicken Wings told me to stop doing it. Is I used to post the different times for each part of the world, like each major city part of the world.
Yeah.
They're like, just do UTC. Stop doing that. Just do UTC. So that's literally all I know.
Yeah.
And what time it means for me now. So.
And that's the thing, right? So you really only want to put one in. What we find is there's three like kind of time zones around the world that really kind of work. One is like GMT. The other one is Eastern time.
Yep.
Everybody can translate from their own sort of country. So GMT Eastern time, and then like I don't know which one you would pick in Australia, but
Yeah, exactly.
whatever.
See my problem?
Yeah, I hear you. But you pick one, and everybody can. In Australia,
you pick one.
found-
Well, I'm
yeah.
used to UTC now. I'm very used to UTC.
Yeah, but is everybody
I
else
think-
used to UTC? That's the thing. We're gonna have to
Well,
start getting used to like time zones on multiple systems. As we
let's
kind of go
have
through.
a time zone podcast and fully understand the intricacies.
So anyway, this Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern time, as far as the North Americans go and the South Americans go, that are going to watch, they can get involved. I've got a link to the event, but how can they get involved? Is it able? Or you can get a team in? Can they watch? What's the story there?
So yeah, this weekend, it's quad squad practice, which means it's a practice event, and it is for a 4-person Hearst and Herlocker squad. If you want to come and participate solo, you're more than welcome, but you will be up against quad squads. So this is kind of a dry run to add 4-person teams to Hearst and Herlocker. But just keep in mind, Hearst and Herlocker event day is primarily going to be solo and duo, and we're looking at adding quad in the future, but we may run a little quad little thing at the end of our stream on main event day. So but yeah, we're just going to try this out and see how we go. But yeah, feel free to go to star.racy.sc or Gilded. There's an RSVP platform there as well, and you can sign up.
Fantastic. Okay, and then also definitely get into that Gilded Discord, because on October 24th, that is when the main event is going on for the Hearst and Herlocker 2950, which is going to be very exciting. So make sure that you're there and ready, and if you're participating, or if you just want to watch and find out what it's all about, so that you can be ready for next year, that would be awesome.
Yep.
Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Yep.
Thank you.
No problem. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show. I've been a fan, and the Yacht Club has been a fan of what you're doing. That's why we really like supporting the
Awesome.
the
Great community
your
events.
event, and now series of events as it grows. We love the project. We love everything that you're doing with it, and what you're doing for the community. And it's just fantastic to have a chance for you to kind of reach out to our group and tell them everything that's going on. So that's really cool.
No, thanks for the opportunity. This is my second time on your club. It's always fun. I love hanging out with you guys, having a chat just about everything. There's quite a large knowledge base here. So it's always good to talk to you guys about everything that's happening in Star Citizen, and having a platform. And I got to meet Buster today live, so that was cool. That hasn't happened before.
It's funny.
So,
I wasn't going to correct you earlier, but we have met live before, because I interviewed you when I used to do night. Or no,
the Night
actually,
Crew.
I wasn't the one who was hosting at that time. KP
No, you
was
weren't.
hosting.
Yeah.
But I was on that show.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. That one time on Night Crew.
Awkward.
Jeez, that's rude. Well, we all are together on the show.
Yeah. And it was so long
Jesus.
ago. I mean,
What an asshole.
you know what? That kind of thing happens, though. We
I'll
have
say it for
selective
you. I'm happy to
memories.
say that. Oh, Jesus, sorry. That was a long time ago. That was really early.
that was almost 2 years
You
ago.
are now, and now you're both famous independently, and
Well,
like, you're aware. Need to
just know that I watch you more than any other streamer. So just
Oh.
just know that
you.
when you're on Captain's Table, I watch it every time. I try to catch your stream whenever I can. Being in Australia is difficult for me to catch a lot of streams, but yours is one of the ones that I do catch
Aw.
probably the most frequently. So just to make up for me being a total dick, I do watch your stream all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you do come in and say, "Hey, Buster," you say,
Yeah,
you
I try.
talk about stuff. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
And
The
we're a
content.
close second, right? So that's what.
I think I think Joran's second, and then your club's third.
Oh,
Nah,
there
just
we go.
kidding.
Now we can't trust anything that comes out of your mouth.
Nah, definitely, I definitely watch your club a lot. I watch Sigelian a lot when I can, even though
Right
it's
on.
12 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, I love
Mm.
Galleon.
Yeah, I've started watching Horton Hustle.
She's
Yeah.
so
great.
much fun.
She's fun, man. That's a
She's
fun
energy.
stream.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah,
We,
something watch that.
Horton comes
So
on the
many great-
show every 2 or
great
3 weeks these
content
days and raids us
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time. And
Yeah,
we look forward to having her on more.
And it's so nice, like, as somebody, like, I felt like there was a solid year there where I was literally like the only like constantly streaming Star Citizen like lady
Yep.
streamer,
Yep.
and it's like there's like there's a bunch of them now, and I'm like so
Yeah.
happy. I was literally
Yeah.
saying like last
Yeah.
night, like
Spirit is another one.
that's an indication that more women are playing Star Citizen in general.
It's
Yeah, me
gotta
too.
be. It's
Like,
gotta be.
just the diversity in chat is just so important. honestly, there's just so many dudes. Like, it's so good when it's just so good when we get some females in the practice runs, and we actually hear from them live, because I think we do, like, I think there's often some there, but they often don't actually speak on the chat too. So it's really good hearing from them in our practice events and our live events. It just so much, just adds so much to the conversation, instead of just hearing from guys all
It's
the
a
time.
different perspective, right? Like,
Yeah,
just different
100%.
way
Like,
of
yeah,
thinking.
yes,
Different
it
brain
is
chemistry a little bit.
so
in
good.
some
And I used
cases.
to watch Fenwin quite a bit. I haven't.
Oh, I
She's kind
love
of
Finwin.
moved a little bit away, but yeah, I catch Fenwin when I can.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's just posting something here.
Does Corsair have a Corsair? I had one and I burnt it.
Yeah,
It
the
was great.
Corsair is an interesting ship. So why did you end up melting yours? I'm curious to know.
Because I got a Star Runner. That'll do me. Yeah.
So much better ship.
So
Yeah.
like I struggle with the Corsair. Like I personally am not the biggest Drake fan. I have the Kraken, and that's I actually have a Cutlass Red at the moment, but like for me, Drake is like, I've got nothing against people that like Drake, but when I see dirt on a ship, I'm not a fan. So I could not get the Reclaimer. You know, I nearly like went irate when I saw that picture earlier about the Star Runner until I checked and saw it was the lighting. You know, for me, so Drake is not my absolute favorite, but I think it's a really, really great ship as far as you know, what it can do, how much it can carry, and what it can do as far as exploration. I mean, that's an exploration vessel that that is kind of sits in between the Dur and the Aquila. You know, it's a great ship.
No, I bought this shit brand new, not used.
All Drake ships are used.
Yeah.
I'm sure John Crew or somebody would agree with you. Like, they hate Drake.
You can only get it from a used car. You can't
Oh
get
my
anywhere.
god, that's a beautiful, beautiful
They're all
thing.
made with recycled parts.
Yeah. I don't have any Drake ships. There's another reason for me to burn it. Someone said it's an interesting comparison to the Star Runner. I guess it is because it has a data element to it as well. But it's got cargo space. You can put a Ranger in it. You know, it's do
There's
anything.
some slight overlaps in role with a little bit with a bit of cargo. The Mercury has more cargo. It has more data. It's better looking. Corsair has more guns. They both carry a rover. The Corsair's a little bit longer and thinner, but has I think a little better design interior than some of the older ones like the Connie did.
Yeah, floorboard. It just looks like shit.
Yeah.
That's right. Exactly. It's
Where
ugly.
Mercury has more of a complex interior. So
I feel like I have to come out and say, you know, the Yacht Club is for people that appreciate all kinds of ships, whether that is the Origin 890 jump or whether it is a starter ship that Drake will come out at some point. You know,
I just don't personally have an aesthetic affinity to Drake.
Yeah,
and I'm all about aesthetics, all about it.
Yeah,
everything.
There we go.
And Drake appeals to a lot of people. A lot of people like the visual interest and that feeling of that used future. And they're beautifully designed.
Future. I love it. Dystopian, maybe.
Put so much work into that.
Well, I love the Reclaimer for that exact point. I think the Reclaimer's got that industrial, future, spacey, alien vibe. I think it just
it's so industrial. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, there's over like 160 different spaceships, and they're all beautifully designed, except for the Herald.
That's the one Drake ship that I might buy back at some point.
Really?
Because it's fast. It's a rocket with a seat strapped to it.
One of the 160 ships that CIG has designed that I just think it's just like
it's the fastest ship in SCM.
It's
SCM speed. The Drake Herald.
That little data rocket ship, the two big fat rockets.
Barely any faster than the 350R, and the 350R is so maneuverable and so good looking.
How is the speed
Drake
compared?
Herald forwards penguin, backwards pufferfish. Because if you look at the silhouette, forwards it looks like a penguin, backwards it looks like a pufferfish.
Yeah, totally.
Tim, have you flown the 350R in the new flight model?
You know, I barely Star Citizen Jorn. That's
exactly
that's my thing. No, I haven't. I've gone into the PTU, which is good. I have flown like probably 4 or 5 ships in the
You-
new flight model.
You know,
from
you're gonna be
310, but-
flying with us twice a week for the next 4 weeks.
I know, but I've only
So
come in on
start-
Mondays, which hasn't been flying. It's been FPS, so
I
I'm
know,
looking
but
forward to
you're
it.
gonna, But you're gonna be in tomorrow and Monday, and
I know.
and
I'm excited.
we're gonna get you behind the wheel of a ship and let you fly.
So tell me what the most exciting ships are, because if I don't have it, it might be a loaner, or maybe somebody can spawn it for me, because I want to try out all the different ships that I have, because I just love them, and they're sitting
Cor5air
there and they're collecting
the
dust.
350R,
Cor5air.
one of the most fun ships to fly. I just absolutely a dream in the new flight model.
Okay.
Absolutely love it.
Okay. You look like you're about to pass out there, Buster.
I'm just hot.
Yeah.
It's so hot.
Is it hot over there?
It's
turn the air
Texas.
conditioner
It's
down.
hot.
Air conditioning. You got
Yeah.
air conditioning. Turn it
I'm
down.
on the second floor. Okay, I'm on the second floor, and
that makes
if
it
I
hard,
turn on
too.
the air conditioner, the whole first floor is like a Frigidaire.
Right.
Oh no.
Right. You got to move your setup downstairs.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's getting late.
It's getting late. All
Yeah,
right,
we gotta
guys.
get-
As much fun
We
as
gotta
it is hanging out
roll it
with
up.
y'all,
We gotta
like,
roll
Buster,
it up
it's
and
been
smoke
great
it.
chatting with you again.
Come on.
So thank
Yeah,
you so
thanks,
much.
guys.
Thanks for
Appreciate
joining
it.
on. Thanks for jumping in the last minute, Buster. It's been great to have you on.
It was
Guys,
fun.
if you're not following, follow along so you can get alerts when we go live. We'll be posting this to YouTube fairly soon, so that if you missed it, you can share it, or if you have friends that missed it, you can share it with orgmates. And thanks for choosing to spend your time with us. We know you can be hanging out and doing all kinds of things, including sleeping.
Time is fleeting.
so-
You can't get it back.
That's right.
It's the middle of the day. Normally I'd be working.
I
But
need some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for hanging out with us and taking a break from all the work that you do.
thanks,
That's
guys.
great. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a raid. T Nightster has a raid set up for us. Are we still going to be raiding? Saucy Sauce 108. So this was a redemption. Karadef redeemed who we raid. That is an
Ooh,
expensive
I want some
redemption.
sauce.
So that is very
Sounds
cool.
Nice.
Some
Yep.
bechamel.
Kate actually says he's still streaming, so let's do it.
Let's do it. All
Maybe
right.
a little bit of au poivre sauce.
Buy your multi-passes today.
Sauce.
We lined
Bye,
up.
guys.
We are almost ready. I'm going to hit it as soon as we get ready, guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time. We'll see you in shenanigans.
So much
And
fun.
we'll catch you soon. Bye for now.
Kapla.
Kerpla.
All right. That is done.
Nice
and
button
we
pushing there.
are